girl, I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not, okay? This is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl. And that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin power, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Let's get ready to rumble. What's going on, y'all? I know I'm late. Y'all, this day has been getting away from me. It was just shit that I had to do in real life that had to get done. And you know, it just meant that I had to keep pushing the lives back. I was meant to do it earlier, and then it took forever to do the first thing. And then we had a break, and I thought I was going to be able to do it. And then, you know, we had to go do something else, and we ended up being over there longer than I thought it was going to be. So it's just been pushing me back all day. But I'm here. I'm going to send y'all out the call-in link when I'm ready, when I get through the 2 shows. And I'm going to send y'all out the call link. Love and Marriage Huntsville was done yesterday. Love and Marriage Huntsville was done yesterday, I think. Right? It was Saturday or Sunday? Yeah, I think it was Sunday. It was Sunday, right? I can't remember. Either way, it should be up there. If you are a member, my Love and Marriage Huntsville live should be up for y'all. Oh, wow. Thought I had done that. Ain't that some bullshit? Hold up, y'all. Submit. Make sure I'm making some fucking money today. That was stupid. Anyway, yeah, so Love and Marriage Huntsville has already been put up for my members. It is everywhere. It's everywhere. I don't know why y'all don't be seeing it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where y'all follow me at, but it is on Patreon. It is on the YouTube community page. If you're a member, it's in the forum. I pinned it. So it's all over the place. The only thing that I have not done yet is put it on the website in my playlist on my website. And I will be doing that. Okay. It was Sunday. Okay. Yes. You saw it this morning. Oh, all right then. So people were there. Y'all have seen it. I'm not tripping. Thank you. Please, don't forget to sign up on my website for exclusive content. I am going to do that Waiting to Exhale video this week. But I think I am going to I think I might go live from 2 different places. I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that, because that's something I wanted to do on YouTube. But I also feel like it's some things I need to be putting over there on the website exclusively. And I think the Waiting to Exhale one might be the one to jumpstart y'all. And then when I do Love Jones after Waiting to Exhale, because I saw all y'all voted for the most part for Waiting to Exhale. So I'm going to start off with Waiting to Exhale for this new series I'm doing. You know, when now that we're grown, discussions about movies that we obsessed about as children. I'm going to be starting that this week. So that'll get done and be a live. I feel like I want to do it as a live because I want it to be like a discussion. So yeah, I hope y'all will come through. I think I'm gonna do it on YouTube the first time just to, you know, test it out and see how y'all are feeling about it. If it's something that y'all fuck with, then I might move it to the website. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into Put a Ring on It. I do. Do you? Girl, no. I wouldn't with any of these people. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Otis walked away from Charlene the last episode, but the producers made him come back and sit down and continue this very uncomfortable conversation. And when she was walking back in, I saw her smirk like, he had to come back, tried to walk away. Nigga had to come back. Y'all don't make me watch Crooklyn again. Y'all, I threw up watching Crooklyn the first time because they were sniffing glue and that shit made me feel sick. And then let's not even talking about how I can't never not cry at the end of the movie when, after the mama died. And girl, listen, that was also the movie that made me fall in love with Delroy Lindo. I know everybody be like, but I'm like, that is a fine ass old nigga. I don't care what nobody say. All his energy make me feel like he be tearing hoes up. Delroy Lindo just make me feel like anybody that didn't, been around his weight and had the whole world turned upside down. Do y'all know who Delroy Lindo is? The daddy from Crooklyn. I'm definitely gonna do Love and Basketball as well, but I feel like based on what I saw, it's gonna be Waiting to Exhale, then it's gonna be Love Jones, and then it's going to be Love and Basketball, and I'm move on to another set from there. He's handsome. He's a great actor. He's a fine older man. Listen, I have felt like that ever since I saw Sprung. Definitely gonna add Sprung to the list. If you are a member on the website, do you get YouTube membership too? You don't need YouTube membership. The only thing that y'all need is my website. Everything on YouTube and Patreon, like everybody gets all the members get YouTube, Patreon stuff. So whatever I put out that's exclusive content goes to YouTube, goes to Patreon, goes to the website, because usually it's just a link or something that I've done that I put on the website and it's behind a paywall. Okay. So if you're trying to get access to the forum, if you're trying to get access to things ahead of time, then I would become a member on my website. Okay. Now, if you want to become a member on Patreon or YouTube because you feel more comfortable with that, then that's fine. But you don't get access to the forum, but you do get access to certain content that I make exclusive. But you don't get access to my catalog. Like, y'all see videos for the past couple of years. I have 10 years worth of content on my website for my Royal Blue members. So, you get more on the website. People who do YouTube and Patreon, it's just a way for them to pay and support, and they get access to the exclusive content that happens as we go. So Love and Marriage Huntsville, everybody who is a Patreon, YouTube member, website member, they all get that. New stuff that I do, they all get that. But the old stuff and certain things that are only on the website, that's only for people on BondyBlueShow.com. So get into it. Bondi, this movie review series through the eyes of an adult is a great idea. Congrats on continuing to evolve. Thank you. I can't wait to start it because I can't wait to engage in the conversation and pick out these things now that we're adults. Because I was watching Waiting to Exhale back and to now be those women's age in the movie, to be in your early 30s, to be a wife. My friend is, a wife, a mother. All of my friends are mothers except for me, child. But that's okay, because I'll be the rich auntie. I'll be Savannah with a man, though. Bitch, I'll happily be Savannah with a man. Okay. It wasn't Savannah in TV production. Okay, listen. I'm Savannah, girl. I'm Savannah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm Savannah. If I'm gonna cheat with a nigga, he gonna make me feel more important than his wife. Y'all, I would not. But I was just saying, if I was gonna be somebody in Wait to Exhale, girl, I'm Savannah. Okay. Anyway, yes, I did read the Waiting to Exhale book and the second one that came out when Terry McMillan rewrote it. Wrote the follow up a few years back. But I haven't. I don't remember it because I haven't read it in so long. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to give y'all a little update on that. This is my last live of the day. So I hope everybody is here. I'm giving y'all a chance to come into the room. There were almost 800 people in the last live. I know weekends on may not be as much of a pull. Ooh, Color Purple, that's a good one. Y'all, I'm probably going to end up making a movie list on the forum, and y'all just add the movies. Just add them. Probably, somebody else probably could do it, and I'll pin it. and we'll just start adding movies. And I'll, as time goes on, hopefully every week or every 2 weeks, I can sit down, watch a movie, and give y'all a nuanced review from the perspective of how I feel now as an adult versus how I felt growing up. I know for sure one of the movies I'm gonna do is Serafina. Because when I watched Serafina as an adult, I realized I had mentally blocked out a whole portion of the movie. Like, I was like, oh wow. Boomerang, for sure. That's definitely one of the ones. Strictly Business is on my list because I just want to watch Strictly Business. I just miss that movie. I used to watch that movie all the time. But you can still be a member here. Just think of it as a monthly love offering. Yes, Crystal. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. There are some of y'all that are members on multiple things. Y'all pay me on the website. Y'all pay me here. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Child, somebody trying to get their money back after you are not about to come so you could watch my Love and Marriage Huntsville review and then try to get your money back from me after you've watched my content. Really? I was just like, wow, can't even spare $5 for this content, but you gonna do all of this and then disputing it like they never did. I was like, well, what you think? I hooked up your account? PayPal was like, girl, they disputing this $5. I was just like, that's my first one. I have not got a dispute yet. Usually people would just say, hey, Bondi, something happened. Can I get a refund? Da 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 da. If I feel like, it should be handled that way, I have no problem. You know what I mean? So the fact that they even went through all of that, it was just kind of like, yeah, you fucked up because you didn't even come to me first. You went and did it through PayPal with your bank. So you went all through your bank and shit. Yeah, you was just trying to get over on me where you could have just, hit me up if you had a real issue because I would have accommodated because I always accommodate people. At least I tried to. But y'all ain't about to keep getting over on me with this shit where you feel like you can basically steal my content in a way, because you want to that's stealing. That is very much stealing. That's cute. Okay. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep that email so I can remember that name. So if I see that shit pop up again, I should just go in and block their ass now. Cause I can block y'all from the website. Just know, I can stop y'all, if I don't want to fuck with y'all anymore. I'll be like, Mel, I'll send you money back and stay over there. Block you. Don't ever come back. It be like that. I'm not that hard up. Now I appreciate what y'all do for me. This is a living. This is my career. But I will absolutely block you from my shit, give you your $5 and send you on your way. It is nothing to me, please. But I want you to try to get your money back to PayPal. Do that. Because that's what you set it up to do. Get your money back to PayPal. Anyway, girl, I was just like, really? Okay. Trying to get $5 back. I was just like, okay. Anyway, y'all. So Otis walks away from Charlena, but the producers made him come back. She smirks as he walks up. He says he felt bad and terrible about the last session that they had, blurting out that he was DMing that girl. He says that he knows that he hurt her and he's terribly sorry. And it seems to be okay. It seems to be genuine, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Either being bad only on short. I don't care. I don't care. You're not about to pay for my content and then decide that you're gonna try to get it back. No, you don't get to get your money back from the store after you done bought some shit. Okay, you can't return a watch. Okay, once you didn't watch the movie, you can't get your money back after you watched it. What's wrong with y'all? Anyway, I saw Otis rubbing his eyes. To procure tears. That was cute. They're still not in a good place. I don't believe his apology. Thank you, Nola Reeves. I just read your comment, Bondi. I just want to say I love your reviews. Negative vibes have been trying your girl these last few weeks, and you always find a way to make me laugh. I'm so glad. I love that I had that effect on y'all, because life be rough for me too sometimes. So if I make y'all feel good or make y'all, not be stressed out when y'all stressed out, that makes me feel less stressed out. I don't know why, but that's how it works. Anyway, y'all, Kenneth's brother Can we talk about Kenneth's brother? Can anybody give me just a little quick synopsis in the comments? And listen, I'm gonna let y'all call in and y'all can talk about it then as well. But I did not like Kenneth's brother. Kenneth's brother comes to see him. He making steaks and onions and shit. Y'all know how niggas cook. No real vegetables. They talk about Shorty, because once you cook the steak with the onions, they're no longer served as a vegetable. They're a topping. Anyway, they talk about Shorty. They aren't in a good place. He is fighting for the relationship. His brother says that she has to want to help herself, meaning that Shorty has to want to be in the relationship as well. She calls their mother talking shit about Kenneth, and he doesn't like that. Kenneth's brother feels like, I don't know why you calling me and my mama talking bad about Ken. Like, we're going to have your side. Whose side you think we're going to be on? You know, and they made this comment that, you know, she acting like, you know, mom can whip your ass when she's more likely, well, Kenneth said this, she's more likely to whip Shorty's ass than mine. And I'm like, well, that's a part of the problem. That's obviously a part of the problem. Like, honestly, I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, your mom is not responsible for you because you're a grown man, and going to your mom is not going to make you do anything because y'all are not the same person. But at the same time, I feel like somebody needs to hear how they fucked him up. Somebody needs to hear that I am now with the man that I can't get rid of because of you. Because you raised him this way. Okay? Talking about she bashes Ken to his family, or does she keep it a buck and y'all call it? Y'all, I'm so tired of people saying that the truth is bashing and not understanding when bashing is not the truth. It seems like whenever we're saying shit about men, it's bashing, it's emasculating. But whenever we're talking, you know, talking about women, we're trying to hold them accountable and we're just telling them the truth. Right? Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because that's what this whole little session felt like. It felt like, let's blame Shorty because she doesn't want to be with Ken. That's what it all sounded like to me. Kenneth says Shorty doesn't see her flaws. She has a temper. And I'm like, she can have all the temper she wants to, nigga. You know what you could do? You could leave her house. His brother thinks that she's manipulating Kenneth because she knows he won't go anywhere. She wants him to go somewhere. She's not manipulating him. She wants him to go somewhere. He doesn't want to go anywhere because he has not found a woman who is going to be able to take care of him the way Shorty takes care of him. Like, that's the truth. When Shorty kept it a buck and told him, you want women out of your league, meaning you want women that have jobs and houses that you don't have. That's the truth. I don't give a fuck if that hurts your feelings. That's the truth. Me calling you a bummy ass bum nigga would be me trying to hurt your feelings, but me saying that you do not have anything to bring to the table. You're living in her house. You don't have a job. You act like you work, but you don't. You lied to women. Oh, someone signed up. Thank you. I appreciate that. You lied to her when y'all first got together and made it seem like you had shit you didn't have, which means when I tell y'all these men be knowing what they doing, I just talk to y'all in Love After Lockup about how I feel like when men are playing long game, manipulative games so that they can grape juice people, how, you know, and then they teach their sons those things. So why do y'all think that men don't also teach the young men around them, or just society as a whole teaches men how to be manipulative, how to lie, how to be disingenuous about their emotions, and how to find women to take care of them? If y'all have not learned that yet, that to me, it seems like men have been taught how to find a woman to take care of you and then play mind games with her in order to make her do what you want her to do. So instead of giving her what she wants out of the situation, which would be reciprocal, right? If a woman wants attention, a man wants love, wants to be taken care of, he would then get with a woman that isn't, you know, that doesn't have a problem with taking care of a man. Sorry. And then he would give her what she wanted out the situation. It would be a situation where people are getting what they want out of the situation. That's not what you men want. I'm sorry, Kenneth, your brother. That's not what y'all want. Y'all want to be in a relationship where you are being taken care of and then still being lied to about your position in the relationship. Why do women have to lie about what the situation is in order for you not to feel emasculated? The truth is the truth. If the truth makes you feel less than a man, then I guess you need to change the facts of the situation so that you can feel better about yourself, huh? Shorty said the same shit that Fonzo said to Ken, but somehow it's gonna be perceived like she was just, you know, emasculating him, shitting on his feelings. No, you are already emasculated when you decided to have a woman take care of you. You were already not being a man when you decided to lay up under that woman and stalk her until you got back into her apartment because you couldn't afford to take care of yourself. Because something tells me she left him with an apartment he couldn't take care of. And so he decided to then follow her to get back with her so he can follow her to the new place that her ass was in. He don't want to pay no bills. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like you think you can fucking cook your way into being with a woman that is going to take care of you. And it's exhausting and it's emotionally draining. Child. Sitting up there. I didn't like none of that because I felt like his brother was like bigging his head up to think, once again, that he's the prize. Meanwhile, sitting in this lady house while where? She's at work? Anyway, so y'all, Shay sits down with Fonzo to talk. And he like, oh Lord. Y'all, like, that's another thing I feel like, y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm so glad that I found my husband early on in life. I love him to death, I swear to God. Because when I think about how you can't even have a conversation with some of these niggas, and this is not to say that we haven't had some of these same issues in our relationship. Be clear. Ain't nothing perfect over here. I am not perfect. He is not perfect. We fuck up. We have issues in this relationship and we talk and work through them and we don't put them on social media. And we don't call our family members to tell them about the shit that we going through so that they can be in our business. We handle it amongst ourselves. Okay. That's us. But see, this situation right here, this situation right here, son, like, like you can't even have a conversation with Fonzo because he's already exasperated with you. Do you know, if I wanted to have a conversation and I felt for, this is what I've learned. Okay. I'm just tell you what I learned, because I used to be like this, right? You always want to be, you don't want to nag. You don't want to nag. You don't want to be a problem. You don't want to get on their nerves. You don't want to make it hard for them. So you're the good time girl. You're the easy girl. You're easy. That was me. I wanted to be easy, right? Easy, you give an inch, they take a mile. So then you have to start getting real distinct and hard about shit. And then all of a sudden, people start to rise to the occasion and respect boundaries because it's what you allow, right? So if I'm sitting down to talk to my man about an issue that I have that I feel like is emotional for me, and not only does he seem like he don't want to have the conversation, but that I'm bothering him, watch how I say, oh, I guess we don't have to have this conversation. I guess you don't care, so I won't care. So then I can just do what the fuck I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss myself and you can be by yourself then. I'm not doing this because it's not a lot. I'm not asking for a lot if I'm asking to have a conversation with you about something that I feel like needs to be rectified. That's not a lot. And if that is a lot, then we don't need to be together and I need to get the fuck out of this relationship anyway. So when you can't even have a simple conversation without a man trying to make it seem like you're the problem, even though you want to have a conversation about how he's the problem, but he's going to act all exasperated with you like you working on his fucking nerves, even though your nerves have been tap danced on. And don't get me wrong, y'all. We all know that Shay plays a huge part in the toxicity between she and Fonzo. But ultimately, we also recognize that he's playing with her. He's playing in her face and laughing about it. Okay? He's playing in her face. He's laughing about it. Listen, I don't know who paid for them steaks, but I know they better have one left for Shorty when she get home. Y'all, I'm just saying, like, we can't have a conversation, my nigga, then I guess we don't need to talk about anything. Like, I wouldn't even further want to talk after that. She feels like he doesn't see how her not being accepted by his mother makes her feel. His mom still sees his baby mother as his woman. He says he can't control what she thinks, and Shay feels like he doesn't correct her. He doesn't make an effort to like put boundaries and solidify what the situation is. Shay asks, when did his past relationship end? He says, if you're asking me, she says, yes, I'm asking you. What the fuck? Who else would I be asking? What kind of, and see, that's the shit I'm talking about. Everything to deflect from having a real conversation. And then men will act like something is wrong with women and we're illogical or we're stupid or we're too emotional when we are simply asking you a question that requires a fucking date. And somehow you have turned that into, wait, you asking me? Who else am I talking to? Who else am I talking to, Fonzo? So that's your red flag. That's another red flag on a plate. When you asked him when did his relationship end and the nigga said, are you asking me? If you asking me, Shay says, see, that's what I'm talking about. If you ask my mom about my last situation, she will tell you, she told me we broke up on this date or around this time. He is laughing and he says, it's to keep him from blowing up. I said, so what the fuck you gonna blow up about? What are you gonna blow up about? Because she's the one that has the issue. So what are you gonna blow up about? Because you don't like the fact that she's asking you questions? Y'all, I don't like that he said that. That's another red flag for me. She says he never takes accountability and he doesn't know whose fault anything is. She was like, so who do you think is responsible for all of this? And he was like, I don't know. So you don't understand how you are the common denominator in the relationship between you and Shay, you and your mama, and you and your baby mama. You don't understand that you are the man and you're the person that is in charge of leading this situation. And this is why I am starting to feel like I don't want to hear any more of this submission, men leading just because they have a dick bullshit from any of y'all. Because as soon as somebody is asking y'all to actually take hold of a situation and lead in it, you want to act like I don't have no power in this situation. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know. I don't know why my mama won't accept that you my woman, even though I never really broke up with my last one. I don't know. So that's his fault. But Shay, how long you gonna stick around for the certainty, ma'am? How long you gonna stick around for it? Because to me, you look dumb sticking around for this type of bullshit long term. 3 years of this? Child, I guess. I don't want to say she looked dumb because that sounds mean. But I just kind of feel like I wish women would stop listening. And I know it's hard because like society and men are always telling us that whenever we're logical and making sense about their bullshit, that we're crazy. That's what they like to do to us. Even on Ready to Love, which we're going to get into. How they were so quick to throw out that, are you drinking? Are you on drugs? She's crazy. Whenever the women would call out the men on some shit that the men were doing behind the scenes, those men would instantly go to making it seem as if those women weren't stable enough for you to believe what they were saying. So, Fonzo is doing the same thing to Shay in their relationship. And as a woman watching, you're watching her know that these dots connect in my mind because I'm a fucking adult and I know 1 + 1 = 2. And I'm sitting up here talking to you about an issue I'm having with the way you're handling our relationship with your people. And you're sitting here telling me that I'm fucking crazy and you trying to keep yourself from blowing up. Word? Okay. She says, like I said, he never takes accountability. He doesn't know that it's his fault. He doesn't want to be responsible. He says that he couldn't be without her because she was like, well, I'm going to give you one more chance to get it together. And if not, I'm going to deuce out on you. And now he's like, oh, she could leave me? Oh, I guess I ought to start trying to make her feel better. I guess I ought to start trying to do something because I can't lose her. I can't see myself without her. I've never felt this way before. Yeah? You felt so strongly about it, but you couldn't tell your baby mama that you felt that strongly about it. You couldn't tell your fucking mama that you felt that way about it. But you're talking to us, the people. Like we matter. Okay. Thank you, Nene Mason, for the super chat. The man has literally laughed at this girl every episode. She's a good one for even entertaining him at this point. You look nice and glowy, by the way. Okay, I appreciate y'all. Okay, or very promiscuous, exactly like they did Precious. Child, let's continue on. Shorty's mom comes over, and her mom, everybody was saying that they felt like her mom was what, from what country in Africa? But she do look like, what is it, Indonesian? Is that what it is? I couldn't remember. But either way, child, that's what they be thinking my people are. My mom and them, they think they would ever her people are. When they see him out. I don't know why. Ethiopian. Thank you. Ethiopian. I don't know why Indonesian was coming to my mind. Ethiopian. Thank you. Yes. But they often think that, like, my mom, my uncle, they think that we must be originally from Ethiopia. And I'm just kind of like that, this is just what black people mixed with French and Native American and Spanish look like, because that's what New Orleans people be made up of, which is why we don't always kind of look the same all the time as other other ethnicities of black people. I'm not gonna say national, we're all the same nationality, but ethnicity, we are, but we're not all the same ethnicity. We are here, but we're not made up of the same ethnicity, if that makes sense. East African, yes. Somalian, what is it? Eritrean, Eritrean. I'm gonna say it wrong, but yes, the Somalians, yes. People say that all the time about my mom and my uncle. Her mom was very beautiful. Except for the, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Ken isn't ready for marriage. She gave him a year to get his finances together because she wanted to buy a house, and he did nothing. Her mom says if it isn't good before marriage, it will only get worse after. We all know that. Shorty says that she's more likely to let things go, but Ken wants to fight for the relationship. And I feel like we already know what that is. I don't want to be with you, but you want to be with me, and you're stalking me, and you're stronger than me, and you've taken pictures of my accounts, and you've done things to put me in a position where I feel like if I leave you, you will try to destroy me. So I'm not staying with you because I love you. I'm staying with you because I'm scared that if I leave you, you're going to hurt me. Y'all, I honestly feel like that's what the premise of this show is, if y'all think about it. All of the people on Put a Ring on It are, I need for you to understand that a person has to choose you. You can't bully somebody into being with you. You can't bully somebody into marrying you. You can't bully somebody into wanting to have sex with you. Like, y'all can take advantage of people, but you can't mentally and emotionally make a woman want you if she doesn't. And you can same, vice versa. You can't make a man want you if he doesn't. So y'all need to understand that anything y'all do in relationships is, I love this person. This person loves me. I want to be with this person, but I cannot control this person. I don't own this person. So if they do things that I'm not happy with, I have to decide how I'm going to act. I can't change them. I can only change me. I can ask for them to fix that. We can have arguments and conversations about it. But if it's not something that can be fixed, then I guess we're going to have to make decisions that make us part ways. Okay? So for me, I don't understand why Shorty is acting like she doesn't know all of this. Why you didn't just go get a restraining order against him? Especially after he took pictures of your accounts online and followed you to your job and all of that shit. Why not call the police on him? I know why. Because as a black woman, I don't want to get the police involved. You need to. You ain't got to call them down to your house, but you can go down to the police station. So let me break it down right quick. Shorty work at the radio station, right? Right? You work down to the radio station. I worked at a news station, and I know people that work in radio and people that work in news come in contact with police officers and people that's in charge of districts and all of that all the time. Okay? So you mean to tell me you don't know no black police officers in Atlanta that you cool with that can help you out with Ken's ass? working at the radio station, or you don't know somebody that knows somebody, a homeboy that's got a cute dog that's a friend in the police department and he could help. Like, I'm just feeling like shorty needs to use her access to get that nigga away from her, because if you don't, it's gonna start looking like you want to be there, or you're allowing for the abuse to take place because you have means and you aren't utilizing them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get what you mean, Bonnie. We look different in regions across the USA. Yes, even though we are all African American. You know what I'm saying? And my heritage is from the Congo and Somalia. See, it be all over the place. We probably from the Congo too, considering the fact that this is New Orleans and it's Congo Square, and it's Congo Square because people from the Congo were coming here. So there's that. So yeah, y'all, shorty's mom gave her advice that her old ass should already know, and that's not shade to you for being old, because like, you're 40, I'm 34, it's the same thing as far as I'm concerned. You know, it's slightly different, but it's the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as what you should know. And if at 34, I feel like my old ass already knows the advice that your mama just gave you. So I don't know what the point of the conversation was, but I just want shorty to keep it a buck. That's what I would like. Keep it real. And I feel like the scene where her mom wasn't really her keeping it real like that. It was, does your mom even know everything? Like, does your mom know the type of shit that he does? Because I almost feel like she was like, he wanted to be here to see you, but I didn't want him to be here. And it's just kind of like, yeah. Or does your mom not like him because she knows about all the shit? Or does she not know about all the shit? Like, I just have more questions. And that conversation just made me feel like something is happening, but it's not anybody keeping it real about what's going on. Dr. Nicole talks to Fonzo. He's used to doing what he wants, but he should be able to be faithful at this point in his life. That's what he feels like. He feels like, I'm used to doing whatever I want to. I'm used to sleeping with whoever I want to sleep with, but I'm an old ass nigga now. So I should be able to, like, you know, not have sex with girls whenever I feel like having sex with girls. He says it's been 4 years since he and the ex were together. His family views Shay as someone he will eventually move on from, and that he gonna get back with the BM, which means you never really moved on from your baby mama. And everybody just knows you're a hoe and allow you to do it because you're Fonzo, who's close with Rick Ross and, you know, has money. So family members aren't going to give you a problem about anything because you pay for shit. Duh. Y'all already know what it is. Hood mamas whose sons pay for shit, they don't say nothing. They shut up most of the time. Most of the time. Y'all don't say nothing. Y'all not gonna correct them boys because they paying for shit. Okay? The only time you correct them is when they do something that you don't like against you. But when it's about them women, you're not gonna get involved because you know they're gonna handle them women fucked up. And instead of trying to make your son be a better person, you just gonna be like, I'm gonna just let him do what he do because I need him to take care of me, and I don't need him to be mad at me because I'm telling him he wrong for how he handling them women. So I'm gonna just be quiet and do what I gotta do. And his mama probably feel like, I'm gonna be quiet and stick to your baby mama because that's the one that got children for you. Okay? That's the one that my grandbabies go home with. So that's the one that my loyalty will lie with, because that's the one that I'm family with, right? He says he phased his baby mama out, meaning he never told her it was over. He can't expect for things to get better if he isn't being honest. And he has to tell his baby mama that she didn't lose value. This is what Dr. Nicole basically said. You have to talk to her and tell her that she doesn't lose value just because y'all are no longer in a romantic relationship. The dynamics change, but that doesn't mean she isn't valuable as a person. And her value as a woman is probably wrapped up in her identity as your baby mama and as your woman, which is stupid to me. I'm sorry, y'all, but y'all, that's why I said I don't like when people are like, you know, my womanhood is attached to how a man sees me or how I treat a man or how I can keep a man. My womanhood has nothing to do with another person. Your manhood has nothing to do with another person. It's more so about you and how you think about you and how you handle your responsibilities and how you handle yourself in your life. That is what your manhood and your womanhood is about. Okay? So for her to have to be told that she's still valuable as a person, even if he doesn't want to be with her, that's sad within itself. Okay? He thinks that that was some player shit that Dr. Nicole said. And it's because niggas don't understand that it's not player shit. It's the truth, but put nicely. y'all don't seem to understand that you can talk to people in a way that doesn't make them feel like shit. And it doesn't mean you're being a player. It just means you're saying something in a way that gives, a reverence for the person's feelings. So that lets me know that a lot of y'all niggas don't feel like y'all have to care about a woman's feelings unless it is going to hurt you for her to be upset, right? So fuck her feelings. Fuck her feelings when she's not around. Fuck her feelings when you don't care because you angry. Fuck her feelings, right? They don't matter. Unless you're trying to manipulate her to do something you want her to do. And then you're going to be nice to her. Then you're going to talk nicely to her. So that's why you perceive talking to your baby mama with care when you decide to firmly break things off with her finally. You see that as player shit because you don't understand that you can talk to a woman with care for her feelings without also trying to manipulate her. Like, it's crazy because you have to think about the way these men really think about their relationships with these women. And that's how you know that Fonzo is one of those men that doesn't value the women that he's with in the same way that he values the men he's in relation to. And that's a problem. Because women are the ones you go to sleep next to. Women are the ones that you share your body with. Women are the ones you have children with. So you should absolutely have more respect and reverence for the feelings of the women that you're in relationship with because they have long-term effects on your life in a deeper way. They raise your kids and you have sex with them and you sleep next to them. Their feelings should matter to you even when it's not in your best interest. Meaning that even if it doesn't do anything for you to be nice, you should still be nice. And niggas are only being nice when they can get something from them being nice. And that's why you can't even understand what Dr. Nicole is telling you, because you're going to perceive talking to that lady with some respect like you're being a player and playing with her mind. That was crazy to me. He has to talk to his family about what it is to be gained from including Shay, meaning that the family needs to see her as an addition and more of a helping hand, and she can be a part of it. But I feel like Shay also has to be a woman that is willing to be that. I don't feel like Shay is the type of woman that would be willing to be what was needed for that family to blend. As much as she was talking about wanting to be a part of their family and she's a family person and all of this shit, you're selfish. You're selfish. She reminds me of Lyrica. You're selfish and you're insecure. And something tells me that you would not be able to handle interactions with his baby mama and his mother in a respectful manner because it's not going to come off the way you want it to come. I mean, she can't even deal with him going on dates with them other girls. Do we really think he's going to be able to be around a baby mama with her in a room without a fight? Especially if the baby mama feels like you the reason why they're not together. Girl, get the fuck out here. None of y'all are going to be mature enough to handle that situation appropriately, especially because Alfonso doesn't know how to handle his women unless he is manipulating them for his betterment. If it's about them all stopping their bullshit so that they can be what they need to be for their family unit, he's not going to force their hand for that. But if he wants to convince Shay to stay and convince the baby mama to still be available to give him pussy, he'll definitely talk to them to make them do that. Okay? Thank you, Ira, for becoming a member. I appreciate you, love. Thank you. The fact that none of the men from all the seasons have come on here with their baby mothers says a lot. That's another thing. How you going to want to marry somebody and we never meet the baby mamas? So his baby mama still wants to be with him. That is obvious based off of the way he talks about the relationship. He said it. He was like, she still want to be with me. But he loves Shay. And he says he never felt this way about loving. Try to do it. Never felt so good. Never felt this way about loving anyone before. Brian McKnight or Alicia Keys, whichever one. But never felt this way about loving. That niggas be doing all them runs on that episode of Martin. Anyway, Shorty and Tavi. Shorty, I didn't have all my breath, y'all. Don't judge me. That wasn't a real one. That wasn't my real. I wasn't in there yet. Okay, don't judge me. Okay. Okay. Look. I can't. Okay. Anyway, so Shorty and Tavi go on a date. Y'all know Tavi is the dude she went on a date with last time. They go get coffee. They're flirting. She likes his intelligence. He's articulate, which means that he ain't relying on, yeah, bruh, because you know all this and that. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that act like they stupid so they can act like they hard because they think that's attractive. You know, like Patrick from Candy and the Gang. Stop. Why do y'all think that sounding retarded or sounding like y'all can't speak is attractive? Why do you like? I need to understand why so many of you young men think it's attractive for you to sound like you can't form a complete sentence with, you know, accuracy. Like you always have to sound, as Lovely T would say, like a mush mouth, like somebody that got shit all in your mouth when you're speaking. Why can't you speak clearly and say it with your motherfucking chest? That's why she liked Tavi so much, because Tavi was just speaking like a regular person instead of trying to put on for her. He was just being himself. Kenneth is always trying to showcase himself as, you know, a New Orleans nigga. And when I say that, it's the vibe of it, y'all. It's not actually like, oh, he from here. No, it's about, you know, how I'm so swagged out, you dig? I ain't gotta never act like I'm feeling a way, even though obviously, because I'm doing all this right now, I'm feeling a way, but I'm about to act like I don't feel a way because I already know I'm that nigga. So you can't make me feel no type of way. That's what Ken be. Is that not how niggas be? You know what I'm saying? He don't be here. Anyway, that's why he can't always be in here, because he don't be here. He's supposed to be in the background. He ain't even in the background. Why do people, I don't know. I don't know why they think it's cool to come from, I don't know. But I want them to stop. It's not cool to struggle, y'all. It's not. It happens, and you should try to not struggle. You know, it happens, but you should not be out here acting like that's a badge of honor that y'all was out here struggling, scratching, and surviving good times. Like, no, nigga, like, tell me about it when you got out of it. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth is always putting on. You can tell from his interactions with other men. Yeah, he a clown. He's a clown and he's not sure of himself. And so he gives what he thinks people wants to see from him, which makes it even scarier for me, because you have to think about the type of man that uses personas with different people so that they can get the required reaction that they want out of every person that they come into contact with. That's manipulative to a place where you have to wonder if he's genuine about anything. Talking about loving Shorty. You want me to believe you love Shorty when you told her you wanted to destroy her? Y'all got me fucked up. Anyway, y'all, moving on. So the girls meet up for their little girls meet up, and they discuss Charlie and Otis and how petty he is. He retaliated because of her first date. All of this shit that they're going through right now, her being mad that he was DMing that girl that he was going on them dates with, he did all of that to get back at her because she brought flowers home on that first date. This is why that girl was scared the whole time. Real shit. This is why she was nervous the entire time. It's because she was scared of what he was going to do, and she didn't know what he was going to do, but she know he was going to do something to get back at her. And he waited until prime moment to throw that card out there about DMing that girl and disrespect the shit out of her and make her feel away. All right. So they discussed Charlie and Otis and how petty that was, how he was retaliating against her, and how she didn't think his apology was genuine. I didn't think it was genuine either. I think he thinks he looks genuine, but he's not really. It's like, I know I need to say this to get her back because I don't want her to leave, but I also don't really feel apologetic, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's going to make her feel better. It depends on where you are a member. If you're a member of the website, yes, you can go to the forum and you will find the link for the Love and Marriage Huntsville review. If you are a YouTube member, go to my community page, you'll find it. If you're a Patreon member, go over to the Patreon and the link will be there. Okay. But after I finish this, I'm just playing. You can do whatever you want to do. But I would prefer if you will wait until I was done with this. So anyway, she says that he was crying, but he needs to be a nicer person. I was like, when was he crying? If you think he was crying when he was rubbing his eyes, he wasn't crying. Shorty says that she wouldn't say yes to Ken, because that was the question. Would you say yes if they asked you to stay today? And Shorty says that she wouldn't say yes to Ken because he sees them as adversaries. Like he sees her as some type of competition. Did we not just talk about how black men, if you can't compete with other men, then you want to come and compete with your woman, even though you're depending on her? Nigga, make that make sense to me. Anyway, Shay says that she can't move forward with Alfonso until he makes some adjustments. Charlie says that they can't let what the men do make them feel less than. And I feel like that was super important. And I was feeling Charlena on that, but I also feel like Charlena, it sometimes comes off like you're strong right now, but we're going to see you once again be weak for that man. I understand what you mean, but I'm going to always go back to you sitting in that kitchen with your shoulders up around your neck, crying, trying to eat your food because he was so mad that you brought those flowers home. So when you tell me about how don't let it make you feel less than, that's absolutely true. That is absolutely right. That is great advice. And that's what y'all all need to feel and understand. We all need to keep that in mind, girl. Okay? But something about it made me feel like it was performative. Like you're putting on an act so you can seem like the strong woman. But really, you're going to fall right back into allowing this man to take advantage of you all over again. It's going, like, it just feels that way. Shay says that Charlie is strong, but she needs to stop playing strong and accept reality. If both of them aren't honest with how they feel, how do you expect them to grow? And while I understood, and obviously I agree with what Shay says, because I feel like she's playing strong as well, but I also feel like Shay likes to give out advice that she can't take. And to me, I feel like a woman that is still trying to fight other women for a man that is admittedly a hoe, you have not learned enough in life to give advice to anybody. Because to me, it is a young girl, ignorant mindset to want to fight women because your man is fucking them. Okay? Now, if that woman disrespects you, if that woman come up in your face, if that woman come in your space, if that woman trying to run down to your job, if that, like, y'all know how these hoes be. There are times when these hoes deserve to get hands and feet placed on them because they assert themselves in a way that shows they want issue. But ultimately, Shay signed up for a fucking dating experience and then wants to fight all of her dudes' dates after admitting that it's about him and not about the women. So you know that, yet you still start fights with the women. You don't know enough. You're not handling yourself well enough in your life to give Charlena or anybody else advice right now. I'm sorry. But until you can get that part of this together, we don't have nothing to talk about. I'm sorry, y'all. That's basement level girl shit. I know somebody gonna be mad at me because that's what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come and listen to me because y'all like when I read people, but I read people about shit that everybody be doing sometimes. So y'all get mad at me. I'm starting to realize that now. But y'all fuck with me, so y'all will be back anyway. So if I read you in that moment because you one of them girls, don't feel that bad about it because I can't see you feeling bad about it, right? So don't feel that bad about it, but correct it. Just correct it. Just move differently. That's all. You ain't got to sit there and feel guilty and feel bad or feel like I'm trying to make it seem like you lesser and all of this shit that y'all like to do. Just admit that it is a very insecure, young-minded, immature way to handle when your man is a hoe. Okay? And honestly, it doesn't make you look good. It does nothing for you as a woman to fight over a man that is willingly giving up dick to somebody else. That's embarrassing. And if you don't recognize that, then there's a level of maturity that you don't have. So nobody wants to hear your unique perspective on the relationship issues amongst the ladies as far as giving advice out. Now, mind you, I know we on the show and they asked the girl what she felt and she had to give the advice. But I also felt like I was feeling this from Shay at other times, that she felt more in a place to give out advice or pass it. Yes, pass it. Yeah. You can't pass out knowledge when you don't even have that basic understanding that you don't need to be fighting no more women on behalf of a nigga that you cannot trust because he told you he don't know why you keep getting upset about the little outside he get every now and again. That's what he told you. They all meet up with Dr. Nicole at the end, y'all, and they start with Shorty, and Kenny was tense. She wanted to talk. He didn't. He didn't want to fight. You know, that they went on a dinner date and she was trying to resolve their issues. He don't want to resolve it. He want to keep glazing over it. Men really like to do that. I noticed the theme of niggas liking to create, you know, dates so that they can not talk about issues, which I feel like is crazy because you put alcohol in my system and feelings on my heart and think I'm not going to say shit. And then when I say shit, I'm the bad guy. And now you're no longer the bad guy because you did something nice for me. And then I couldn't let the energy just stay nice. I had to say what was on my mind and on my heart. And that made the energy negative now because you're upset about that. So now it's my fault and I'm not appreciating you. If that's not a major manipulation gaslight, if I've ever seen one, Kenneth, that was a nice try. Drew's husband, Ralph on Real Housewives of Atlanta, that was a nice try. I swear to God, I want all women to stop acting like they stupid because we not stupid. We know what they be doing. And somehow, it's the dick. I think it's the dick. That's what I think it is. Y'all know the way people think about women, like we're Jezebels that can just come and wrap our pussy around a man and, you know, just take complete control of him and now he can't control himself because this woman came in and was a Jezebel. You know how Drew says that? Drew says that, you know, women can be Jezebels. I feel like men are more often Jezebels than women. Real shit. If you ever notice, men seem to have an attitude, money over bitches, bros over hoes, meaning that they could be laying up with a woman in a relationship with her and they will still put other things before her, right? They will not allow for their love or their sexual, you know, attraction to her to deter them from putting other men or themselves and what they want ahead of her. So the idea that women can come and control men with their pussy the way y'all, you know, the Delilah energy and the Jezebel energy, yeah, that shit is really what men do. Because I feel like women will have everything going for themselves. Women will have their head on straight, okay? And let them slip and fall onto some magical toxic dick and watch how everything starts to deplete. And now you can't leave him alone. You know he ain't good for you. He took pictures of your bank account, bitch. He took pictures of your credit card statements. He doxed you at your job, tried to get you fired. Tried to make you lose your job, got on Facebook and talked bad about you, stalked you, bitch. He did all of that. All of that. And you still up here like, I don't know. That's dick. That's dick. I can imagine. I have a big, tall man with thick thighs myself. And I'm talking about thighs, not hips. Because anybody that know a nigga with some thick thighs, you bounce your ass on. Okay, y'all seen Party in Meg. Imagine Shorty and Ken. Okay? I'm telling y'all right now. The niggas are the Jezebels. The niggas are the Delilahs. They gonna give you some dick so they can confuse you. Fuck your mind loose so they can confuse you. Okay? You out here doing shit for him before you doing it for yourself. You putting him before you put it before the kids. You putting him before you. You putting all your shit on the back burner. Doing something in opposition of what's best for you. Men are usually in relationships with women, and nothing about those relationships are usually like really bad for them unless the woman is like crazy and toxic. But they could be in a relationship with a woman and like not really be all of that into her. You know what I'm saying? Like they can do that. Women, it's harder for women to do that unless they really, you know, they got buku money. But like regular people, a nigga will be laid up with you having you feel like y'all don't get married one day and just one day disappear on you. He done married a whole nother bitch and you found out the day before the wedding. That's what niggas will do to you. You don't hear women doing shit like that. Women don't just pop up missing and married to another nigga and they was in a full-fledged relationship the whole time and the other nigga had no idea. Yeah, no. I'm sure there are times, y'all, but I promise y'all that ain't never happened as much as I've heard men switch it up at the drop of a hat. Listen. No, yeah, no. Look, Lyric thought the situation was like that, and I had to explain to him, no, that's not the same thing. So yeah, like for me, I just kind of feel like men are really the Jezebels, and like women will be smart and have their head on straight and have all of their business together, and they find a dude and his dick is crazy, and the next thing you know, her credit's fucked up. She got kicked out her apartment because he was punching holes in the wall. None of her friends won't come by. She got fired from a job because he showed up down there acting crazy with slippers on, talking about who is this nigga under your comments. Like, spam, nigga, what is you talking about? I'm just saying. Y'all act like that's not what be going on. That is exactly what be going on. Then they be trying to get you pregnant so you can't go nowhere. What? I ain't even realize how many niggas love to plan on getting their girls pregnant so their girls can't go nowhere. That means I could be out in the street and your pregnant ass is at the house because you can't do nothing. Because you got a baby on your uterus right now. And you got to pee every 5 minutes and your feet swollen. So you at the house. Sleep. Knocked out. I'm in the streets. Dicking them down. But I'm going to bring you some ice cream home though. I'll be back. I'm just saying, like, to me, and don't get me wrong, y'all, there are absolutely women that fit the mold of this. But the way men act, they act like there are no men like this. And it's all women that fit that mold. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only women that have that Delilah energy and, you know, come and wrap you up in a pussy and confuse you and have your life fucked up. And it's like, no, it's not. Say it, Ray J. Oh, that is what Ray J did. Frankie ain't left that house since they got together. Okay, remember she said that? She was like, I haven't really left the house. Frankie didn't have no friends. Nothing. At the house getting mentally abused by Ray J. In an accent. And he's shorter than you. Ain't that some bullshit? Oh my God. Thank you, Lauderdale, for the cash app. Why does it feel like Bondy is telling us a story of one of her homegirls? I'm not. I'm really not. But I really be like, I know the shit that be going down. And it really do be more scandalous than we know. Shit be fucked up out here, y'all. People crazy. People really be on that, like, for lack of a better term, degenerate mindset. Women and men. You know what I'm saying? With the way they handle each other, the way they handle their relationships. It don't be a lot of care at all. And it be messy and it be loud and it be angry and everybody be knowing. And so that's why I can tell you a story like that, because shit like that be stuff that everybody be knowing about. Everybody in the family already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, moving on from there. Let's see. Shay and Alfonso go next. There. Shay and Alfonso go next, and her family really loves him. Okay, so that's what they were talking about. And I'm like, so what? Nobody give a fuck if your family like him. Like that's of no consequence. His family don't like you. But either way, she was like, her family loves him, but it's okay if she decides if he isn't for her because she doesn't like the relationship as is and she can't change him. It's like, did a light bulb go off? Otis claims his conversation with his father changed his mind and made it clear that she could be hurt enough to leave. Okay. They talked and he was emotional and apologetic, and so was she. He needs to open up more. It's hard for him to connect with his feelings. It's hard for a lot of men to connect with their feelings because y'all are not taught to connect them. Like, so what I think I've realized is that instead of dealing with your emotions, people push them down. And when you actually like try to understand what you're feeling, like if you're feeling distressed emotionally, sit there and like really like take a deep breath. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling that way? Usually you're feeling you're feeling angry or scared about something or hurt about something. And you need to understand what it is you're upset and you're hurt about. Okay. People don't think that's important. They think just feel away. You know, it's at the bottom where all the energy supplement is at the bottom. Oh my God. I forgot where I was. I still think Otis is playing games. He is. I don't feel like it's real. I think it's so he can have her. I think he wants her and he's going to do whatever he has to do to have her. But I don't think he's making any real mental, emotional connections to be with her and stay with her in a real way. And I don't know if she has the discernment to really long-term see that. To me, there is something sociopathic. There's something going on up there that's scary about Otis for me. And I feel like Charlene was liking that date. She was cute too when she went out on her date. She was super cute. But I think men aren't taught to compute their feelings, and I think a lot of people aren't taught to understand their feelings. And I think you should like analyze how you feel at times. I think you should take a deep breath, calm the fuck down, try to zero in on what the feeling is, and track backwards. And when I say track backwards, like for me, I'll usually feel like, okay, I'm scared of this. And then I'll be like, okay, so what's the possible outcome of this? Can this really happen? Can I control it? If I can't control it, what can I do about it? Once I've decided what I'm gonna do about it, then I know what I'm gonna do to fix it, and then I let it go. If I know I can't fix it and it's out of my control, then I'm gonna just have to what? LIG it. Let it go. Okay? And if it's something that someone else is doing, then I need to remove myself. Okay? And I feel like people don't know how to do those things. Like you'll keep going around people that are volatile and agitate you and cause conflict with you. You'll keep going around them instead of realizing that the energy is conflicting with yours and you need to keep your distance because of that. It doesn't matter who they are. Okay? Otis shows no emotion. His effect is flat and unemotional, and that makes him scary. You don't know what he's thinking or feeling. I agree. Shorty talks about her date with Tavi. He was going with the flow, saying a lot of the things that she wanted to hear. She says her ears had never been that open, and it let her know that she can actually listen to someone, therefore be a better communicator. Something tells me that because Kenneth doesn't have good conversation and doesn't know how to articulate himself well, and Shorty being someone who is in communication, meaning that it's a big deal for her, his lack of knowing how to adequately communicate gets to a point where she tunes him out and she's no longer listening because nothing he's saying is of real value. I see y'all signing up for the website. Thank you. Ken says she said all of those things about me at the beginning and then some. Y'all remember I told y'all you start talking about, because she said all these good things about Tavi and him being a good communicator, and so that made her be a better listener. Just saying good things about him. He was attractive, whatever. And then he turns around. Listen, when we was first together, she was saying all that stuff about me. So that's all cute and shit right now. She was saying all of that about me, and then some. He got to big himself up in a moment, because like a child, he can't deal with the fact that she made him feel small in the moment. So instead of saying to her, say, bruh, like, why I feel like you trying to say something to me with the way you talking about him? Say it. Say it. And then she'll tell you, yeah, I feel like you don't communicate adequately. I feel like we don't really understand each other. We don't communicate well. I feel like you talking, don't be saying shit. And then he would then get upset. But at the end of the day, you asked, now you understand. So you're going to decide. So either I need to learn how to communicate and speak better with her, or I need to leave her alone and I need to find somebody that communicates the way I communicate. Those are your choices if you're trying to be healthy about the shit. Either fix the problem or get the fuck on. Don't stay and keep arguing about the same shit. Okay? Charlie and Otis had both had, a good date. He said that no. I'm sorry, Charlie and Odell. I said Odell. I thought I wrote the wrong thing. That's not her date name, but he looked like Odell Beckham. So they had a good date. She was super cute. He was giving a vibe. He said she looked amazing. She says Odell said that too. You know what I'm saying? And Shorty is going on another date with Tavi. And Ken says it won't stop him from taking care of his business. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but you're just talking at this point. And that's what I'm talking about. Niggas that know how to talk, but don't know how to be about what they talk about. And so at some point, you don't want to hear what they're saying because it's bullshit. That's how Shorty feels about Ken. Shorty feels like, I have heard you say what you gonna do and how you gonna do this and you gonna do that over the years, and I have seen you do none of it. So at this point, I don't want to hear anything from you because you never back it up with actions. I would understand that. I would understand that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this like button, and then we're gonna move on to Ready to Love. Y'all, I ain't been here in a couple of days. I guess that's why I got a lot to say to y'all. Whatever. Yeah. Like okay. Let me see what y'all are saying. And God will provide. I walked away from a relationship without a pot to piss in the window to provide. Leave. Okay? Don't stay nowhere. Do you hear me? You'll figure it out. The Lord will make a way. Let's figure it out by my motherfucking self. I'm out. Yep, I went out. He was a Jezebel. Singing I heard all before. All of your sweet talk. Baby this, baby that. But your lies ain't working now. Now, look who's hurting now. He lied at first. She continued with potential, and now we're here. Okay. Hello, just got to the chat. Child, we're about to move from put a ring on it to Ready to Love. Okay, yes. Run, zone walk. Okay, did y'all like the video? It's 700 of y'all in the room. First of all, I need y'all to share my content. I need you to subscribe. I need you to become a member if you're trying to show a little, monthly love to a bitch. I do not have yearly subscriptions at this point, just so y'all know. I think somebody just emailed me about it. I don't have yearly subscription at this point. It's only monthly. Okay, you can cancel anytime on your own. I know a lot of y'all like to hit me up about it, but once y'all set up y'all accounts, y'all can cancel y'all own accounts. Okay, whenever you want, but once you pay me the month, okay, you gave the month, okay, you get the month, and then after that, you can cut it off. All right, it's up to you. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to ready to fuck. So Precious and Laverne are going back and forth. She says he lied. Sabrina said Carmen called her and said they needed to break up the block that Laverne, Ace, Clifton, and Joy had created. And in order for other people to have a chance, they needed to cause some discourse. Babe, go get your dogs. They barking. Go get them. It's about to get dark anyway. Sabrina was already voting for Laverne because she didn't see it for him as it was. Carmen says, Carmen says that never happened. But honestly, y'all, the attitude that Carmen has had in the past, she was very mild-mannered. She was not speaking as aggressively as she normally does. I didn't see that she was saying anything with her chest the way I have seen her before. So something made me feel like they were telling the truth and she was just sitting up there lying because she knew that nobody could prove it at that moment. She could just deny. You know what I'm saying? Deny, keep the lie alive, and nobody would, that's when I realized that you could just say somebody's lying on this show. If they don't have video proof of it, it's just he said, she said, or she said in this case. Okay. But I think Carmen did that shit. That goes right on in line with what we saw from her on the show. Okay. Ace says that Precious wasn't being malicious when she told her about what Precious had told her. Okay. And basically, all she said was Carmen is trying to get people to get Laverne out so they can break up the block. So she's calling around to people. Tommy basically tells them, now where does that fit in finding love? Tommy is over this show as far as I'm concerned. I feel like Tommy is at a place where he feels like it's bullshit. He feels like y'all ain't being rah, okay? And he's just tired of dealing with it. To me, he's there to get his check, but I don't think he wants to be there. She said it was a lie, but she didn't deny it vehemently. She didn't give any detail. So because she did not deny things the way a woman like her would, I just feel like she did it. I feel like she did it. My gut is telling me that she did what them people said she did. Okay. So then they get into Demetrius, who was the hot guy. Interesting how all of Laverne's venom was for Precious and not Carmen. Just like it was for Sabrina and not Carmen. And I still see people talking about, they feel like Sabrina was a villain. And I was just like, because she used Tori. You mean Tori, the kidney shifter? You mean Tori, the man that could not deal with a little competition? So he had a temper tantrum. And then once he realized he had messed up, he tried to come back. But at that time, it was too late. Him? Okay, then, if that's how y'all feel about it, I don't. Okay, I don't at all. But either way, Demetrius, the hot guy, we're getting to him. Women liked him. Joy and Tina called him out during the season because they felt like he was playing games and he was being a player. Okay? So I think it's funny that he was actually called out for doing what they're saying that Sabrina, the person that he was closest to, was doing in this process. I just think that's funny. But I'm gonna just go ahead and keep on going because y'all swear up and down that lady ain't shit, and I don't understand why. So Tina says that she shouldn't have been so guarded in the process. And I feel like Tina got some shit with her for sure. I saw Paul's video he was talking about Tina, and I wasn't really sure on what he was saying, but by the time we got to the end of it, he was saying that he didn't like that she had let all of the men on the show FaceTime with her daughter. They felt like that was inappropriate. And I'm not sure exactly what else Paul had said about her in his little video that he did, but ultimately I don't care. Aha. Okay, gotcha. why is it that Sabrina is not being talked about as the hot woman? Like Demetrius can have all of his connections and be just called the hot guy. Sabrina, is the girl with all of the connections, even though she only had like really 3 connections, which was no more than a lot of the other people on the show, including Clifton at one point. Like Clifton was going on, everybody was going on dates that we didn't even see. So the fact that everybody was trying to act like Sabrina was the only one playing a game on a fucking game show, all right, it's a dating show, but it's a game, and we all know it. Oh my God. But when women play to win, as far as protecting their own, situation and not making decisions that other people want them to make just for the sake of making a motherfucker happy, y'all get angry. Y'all get upset. Tina says that she shouldn't have been so guarded. Sabrina says that he's smooth and capable, which is why she was so into Demetrius. I told y'all that. I told y'all that the thing about Demetrius was the way his silent but capable, strong, I got money, I got 200 suits, his big dick energy. Absolutely. But it's covering up for something. Okay? It's absolutely covering up for something. And I think it's covering up for a deeply rooted insecurity that he has as it pertains to his relationships with women. We didn't really learn a lot about him, so I don't know where it would come from, in order to dive deeper. And I feel like that's the reason why he doesn't share. That's the reason why he doesn't talk a lot. It's because he doesn't want anybody to truly know him and know what his real issues are, because he wants to be able to be in control of those issues, so it can seem as if he's he doesn't have any real issues or problems. But I personally feel like, as a man, it showed me that you were weak in some respect as it pertains to how secure you are as a man, because a real man in this process should never have handled that Donovan situation the way you did. It's almost like you became friends with him because he told you that he kissed Sabrina, even though you knew that Sabrina was dating him as well. So it's very possible that they could have kissed. She did not have to tell you that, and he shouldn't have told you that. And the fact that he did tell you that should have shown you that he is lacking in character as a man. But that didn't trigger for you. For you, it made you mad at Sabrina and made you question her character because she didn't tell you before he did. Okay, Donovan, my cousin calling me. I'm gonna have to call her back. Thank you, Jonah K. Shackle, Ford Love. Precious was looking like Tamar with that bang while cussing everybody out. I was here for it. Honestly, I was too. We'll get to it. She says that Demetrius isn't going to sweat you. I'm gonna let you. He feels like he was upfront and things are confusing for him now as it pertains to Sabrina. And I feel like you think you were being upfront, and Sabrina was able to, over time, read you a little bit better. And by the time we got to the end of the process and she's being forced to make a decision, she's now clear on the fact that you're not her person, because you were not strong enough as a man to not allow another nigga that was basically jealous of you to get in between how you felt about the woman you were interested in. Y'all say what y'all want to, but that is not attractive, and that shouldn't be attractive to any woman. And women do not have to not kiss other men when they are openly dating and nobody is in a committed relationship. She should have been free to do whatever the fuck she wanted to do, and she didn't have to explain anything to him, just like he didn't have to explain anything to her about the women he was going on dates with if he was kissing anybody. So I just kind of feel like I more so would have looked at Donovan like, why are you telling me that? Instead of looking at Sabrina like, why you didn't tell me before he did? Because he a bitch ass nigga that was waiting for the right opportunity to throw that out there because he mad that I'm choosing you over him. That's why. The fact that she shared that Sabrina kissed Donovan with his mom instead of Sabrina, red flag. That's another thing. Thank you, Isis, for the super chat. That's another thing. They are mad Sabrina really is impressed to take whatever these men offer. Sabrina can get any man she wants, and then doesn't have to have one in order to be happy. I feel like Sabrina should not have left Donovan with that power. It's a dating show. I would have told Demetrius and kept it moving. And I get that, but I think she thought that Donovan was a better person than he is because he asked her not to. That's what she said. Either way, she didn't have to tell him anything. Like, it really, It's of no consequence. How are you not going to assume that she may be kissing other men since y'all are actively on a show dating other people? You can be my strongest connection because I connect with you on multiple different levels. That does not mean that I don't have a connection with another person that I can't kiss them. We're dating. Hello. That's what this is. Oh my God. It's just so unreasonable to me the way people see her based off of these things that all of the other people are doing too. Like I don't understand it. Sabrina says there's no bad blood and he's dating. And to me, that is where Demetrius will get my respect because I have not seen him publicly disrespect or admonish Sabrina. And I appreciate that about him. Because to me, that is what she found attractive in him. Because to an extent, he's a class act. Meaning he knows that there are certain things that as a man, he should not do if he wants to keep his standing as a man of stature, as a man of self-respect and integrity. Then he knows that he can't go back and forth with women all the time in a certain way. He knows that. Which is why even when he got into it with Precious, it didn't go to, he didn't respond in like. He said shit, but he didn't respond in like. Okay? And I feel like that was because he knew as a man, if he were to come at her the way she was coming at him, he would have been perceived a certain way. So that lets me know that he is very much aware and super conscious of how people see him, which is probably why he keeps to himself, which is probably why he's so quiet all the time. And it does come off like a dark, mysterious thing. But really, it probably comes from a place of insecurity more than anything. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He's still fine. I could be wrong. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Demetrius has very good qualities about him. And that's why I don't feel like Sabrina knew that she wasn't feeling him. I don't think that. I think she absolutely was torn because he shows himself as this person sometimes. Somebody that actually does have integrity. But then when Donovan came, you allow for that man shit, you know, and that's what I talk about, the bros before hoes and all of that shit. Y'all will have mutual respect for each other and down a woman together, even if the woman basically was choosing one of you over the other. And to me, that's some weak shit. That's some real, I care more about men than I do about women type shit. Like, listen, thank you. Thank you. Sabrina should have gone on The Bachelorette. She easy to tell all men their faults and deflect in regards to hers. What was she deflecting about? Because I want to know when those men actually said Sabrina did something to them. When did the men say, did Donovan actually vocalize that Sabrina did something to him? Or did he just say that he felt like he wanted her to choose and she wasn't ready to choose? Tell me, I want to know. Because if Sabrina is supposed to be accountable for something, tell me what she's actually accountable for based off of what the men have said about her. Because I feel like anything y'all say is going to be something that she can say about them. I was unsure. She didn't make me feel like, you know, I could be sure of how she felt about me. So it's a dating process. I don't know yet, nigga. And my feelings might change tomorrow. Isn't it scary when women are just as fickle as men? Miss me with it. Miss me with it. I want somebody to tell me what she did then. I don't care about what anybody was acting. I want y'all to tell me, what did the men say directly that Sabrina did besides not choosing them when they wanted her to? Tell me. Tell me. And to me, that's what it's about though. He could just be protecting his peace, but that's the point. A man that has the wherewithal to protect his peace. But however, I feel like if you was really trying to protect your peace, you probably wouldn't put yourself in certain situations. And he still puts himself in situations. But that's a part of it too, though. That's a part of it too. Protecting his peace is also not making himself feel nervous by over talking or doing things that he's going to later question. Did I say too much? Did I do too much? Like, y'all got to understand the two things, you know, like it's a thought process, right? It's a thought process. So for him, protecting his peace is absolutely not talking too much or saying too much, because when he gets home later, he's going to think about everything he said and how everybody thought about him based off of what he said. So in order to not have to go through that later on, I'm not going to say shit. I'm going to just stay like this. You see what I'm saying? I love how Sabrina and him, and to me, how they handled each other is what I liked. I like the mutual respect. I like that I can keep it a buck and just say, I don't feel like we're compatible based off of this. And then that's just that. He didn't have to demean her. He didn't have to make her seem like less than. Let's see. Sabrina is being called out because women ain't supposed to act or be unbothered. Like, tell me. I think they both allowed Funky Donovan to play them both. They couldn't say anything. Donovan definitely couldn't come up with a real reason, and Laverne was mad that she said she called him back and never did. Like, are you supposed to tell a crazy nigga you're not interested in them? Because they seem to flip out when you do that. Or you just supposed to back away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, if somebody can really say, you know, to me what those men specifically said that she did, then I can have a real conversation about it. But I never saw that. I never saw her actually do anything. I just saw her not making decisions that y'all wanted her to make or that the men wanted her to make. And I feel like that's a waste of time. Sabrina was too truthful, and a lot of people don't like that. I like her straightforwardness. She is being villainized for her ability to choose what she wanted, which is what she was supposed to be doing in this process. Demetrius just fell for it, and Sabrina saw how easy it was for Demetrius to get played. Exactly, and that is unattractive because that shows you're not as sure of yourself as you put on to be. Women do the choosing. We just let them think they do. That's how it's supposed to be. But see, the idea that we're allowing them to keep thinking like it's important or not, you know, oh, don't let them think that you actually, you know, like, no. We all gonna be capable in this motherfucker. And if you too sensitive, then I guess you too sensitive. Move on to somebody that's more sensitive like you. Not Laverne and his compression socks. Shot in shorts. Did you see the Bermuda shorts? You tell a crazy person I don't want to be with you, and they do you like Myron did Diamond on them. I made a lot of money with you. It's not funny, but you know what I'm saying. No one can give a logical reason without projecting or adding 10 on 20 for Sabrina being a villain. I listen. Women aren't supposed to have standards, especially black women. We should just be happy with a black man is interested. Honestly, that's what I heard from a lot of people, that she should have, chose differently, or she should have left earlier. And it's just kind of like, why? For what? Like, she waited up until what, the second to last episode to take herself out the situation. And it was really because the person that she was with, she just felt like it wasn't happening. And what else is supposed to do? Men feel like they have the right to cuss at you when you ignore their advances, and that's Donovan. Child, Carmen, Eric, Donovan, and then surprisingly Joy and Clifton equal trash. Sabrina was just dating. That's what it felt like to me. So people mad Clifton didn't tell Dakia early enough that he was choosing Joy, but Sabrina gets a pass to date the men, not do the same. That's the cup, ma'am. She did not choose anybody. See how those are two different situations that you're trying to act like they're the same, but they're not? Clifton needed to let Dakia know that he was choosing Joy because he was making a choice. What did Sabrina do? She told Demetrius that she couldn't fuck with him when he wanted her to meet the mama. That was her telling him what it was. That was her saying, I don't want to be with you. Her and Donovan had to sit down and they had the same conversation. So I don't understand what your point is here, ma'am. That's not the same, girl. That's not the same. And also, people can change their minds based off new information. That's another thing y'all need to understand. Rena was honest with all of them. Has anyone brought up how Carmen looks like Nene? That's hilarious. I don't think anyone is giving Clifton a pass. I'm not about to. The problem with Clifton was he had already clearly made his choice and did not inform his other connection. We're about to get into that. But first, Paul and all of his connections. Precious was hurt by the way he talked to her at eliminations. He apologized for that. She's working on accepting it. He and Carmen. She says he said he wasn't interested in Dakia, and he says he did not say that. She assumed he said that because he did not say anything. So him not saying anything made her think that, I feel like he's lying. I think he said he wasn't like interested in Dakia in that way to her, to make her feel like, you know, don't stop fucking with me. I'm not that interested in her. Like, I think that's what that was about. Tina is making faces and noises because she believes Paul is on bullshit. Dakia says that she got a man at home and he's so good to her. Like, Dakia says she has a man. She has no need to be nice little dime shorty. Can y'all see me? I mean, can y'all hear me? My shit just started spinning. Okay. Little nice little dime piece shorty. Okay, that's what he got going on. So let me press on. Tina says dating all of these people was too much for her, and Paul tried to get her to self-eliminate early on. He called her on three-way, and they exposed him, like somebody he knew, I guess, that he called her on three-way with, exposed him for being there to promote his book coming out. So apparently he's going to have a book that he's going to be trying to sell to us. He tells her that what book? He don't know what she's talking about. He's a music producer. I see that he's been doing a lot of videos though. So I'll wait and see if she was right. All we got to do is wait. If that nigga ever come out with a book, we're going to know she wasn't lying. So either, you know, you going to not do it, or you going to show her, or you going to show that you was lying. Which one? Anyway, let me see. Can I come back? I can come back. Okay. So he tells her he's a music producer and that she's crazy and she needs to take a pill. Remember I told y'all, you want to make it seem like a woman is lying, then you got to start to act like she's crazy. She can't just be lying. She has to need to go and take a pill. And so then she says, yeah, like you need to go and get your Viagra. And she says Demetrius, he was mad because Demetrius met her ex. And so that's why Paul stopped talking to her. He says that she called Demetrius his name 4 times. She was like, it was an accident. I don't know why he was bringing that up. I guess to show that she really was thinking about him over Demetrius, but apparently not if you didn't meet the ex and Demetrius did. And also, why did we not see more? I don't know. I feel like we didn't see more of their connection. I feel like there was more happening and we didn't see it. You know what I mean? She doesn't feel bad about flaking on Tommy or the process. She did what was good for her. Honestly, I feel like don't tell people that you're going to be somewhere if you're not going to be there. That's how I feel. Okay, I feel like if anybody was playing games, I think Tina was playing games. If anybody, I think that at some point, Paul was playing games. I think that, I think a lot of people were playing games on this, on this show. I think that's what this show is for. But at the end of the day, like, I just kind of feel like Tina just comes off like she got shit with her. And so we can't even really trust what she's saying. And then the guys don't make it any better with the way they talk about her and the way she held up Tommy and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Tina don't have no skin in the game, so I believe her about Paul. He screwed either way, and we're clocking for it. And we're clocking you for it. Okay, grown woman. What's going on in the comments? I think she may have had a book mixed up with an album, but either way, I believe her. Clifton and Sabrina situations were not the same, hun. Apples to oranges. Hold up, y'all. Child, okay, you called me twice. I think something wrong. Anyway, all right. So child, she ain't good with names, right? Pamphlets, brochure, new casting person. They need to playing games with feelings and hearts. Tina needs to work on her attitude. Tina didn't want to follow the production of the show. I believe Tina too agreed. Tina was looking for a man to take care of her. That's why she was interested in Paul. Shout out to the chat. And I'm done with this show, but I'll keep watching your reviews. Shout, it's over, ain't it? Stop calling me sis. Oh, okay. Somebody y'all in the y'all in the comments arguing. Don't argue, girls. Don't argue. Stop calling me sis. I think she's trying to say she's not a sister. She's not, she's a sister, she's not a sister. So don't sis her because she's not a sister. Okay, based on the Abby, but who knows the way y'all be online trolling people. Anyway, Demetrius and Precious. Y'all, we talked about Demetrius and Precious early on and how I felt about their depiction of her and how I felt like they were trying to coin her the party girl. Okay. Demetrius says he wanted to see if she was a party girl, even though he said he wasn't the only one who felt that way. So Demetrius and Precious interaction was very funny to me because I feel like Precious was spot on, y'all. Acting funny. I feel like she pushed him up against the wall. And I think this is when we learn, this is the reason why you don't have verbal altercations with people, Demetrius, because you can't all the time speak in a way to get your point across, right? So she feels like one date wasn't enough for him to feel like she was, she said one date and 3 phone calls. She don't feel like that was enough for him to make her out to be some type of party girl. Demetrius says he didn't say if she was a party girl. He said he wanted to see if she was a party girl. I felt like that was semantics. That was bullshit. Because she was asking you for actual evidence of your assertion. And he said he wasn't going to go back and forth with her. And I'm like, why? That's what we're here for. We're literally here for the back and forth. Okay. So if you're going to say that this woman was, and here's another thing, y'all. I told y'all before, calling her a party girl is a respectful way of saying she's for the streets. Stop fucking playing with me. Okay. So the first thing is that you don't want to be held accountable for saying that lady was for the streets. That's the first thing. Okay. The second thing is that you don't have any real evidence of that. That's all based off of y'all being misogynistic, right? Y'all, y'all don't know if Precious was giving up puss to anybody or anything like that, but her energy of her flirting with different guys and being loosey-goosey and just kind of being very social and talking to different people and being, her personality, whatever that, is for her, y'all perceive that as whole-like behavior. And so you put her in a corner and said that she was a party girl. And then y'all gave that to everybody. And let's talk about Tori, because they acted like Tori felt so bad. I forgot who said that. Tori said he felt bad and the producers made him kiss Precious in that scene where he went and put all of those moves on her. That to me made it seem like the men had been talking about Precious like she was easy. So when Tori wanted to make Sabrina mad, he shows up on a date with Precious and lays all this thickness on it. Okay. And it has this very sexual interaction with her and kisses her, and she seemed uncomfortable. And now he's saying that the producers made him do it. And I personally feel like that's a cop-out. Whenever somebody has done something on the show that they don't want to take accountability for because they're embarrassed and they feel like they're not going to be able to escape the scrutiny of it, they say the producers told them to do it. And there was nothing about his energy in that scene that made me feel like he wasn't 100% trying to fuck Precious. That whole date, it was like she couldn't have a real conversation with him because his energy was all on kidney shifting, as he had mentioned several times. You didn't say more than once that you wanted to stick your large penis inside some woman's vagina and shift her organs. You have said that many times, and you said that then. So now you're going to sit up here and act like you were so uncomfortable, even though we know what the fuck we were watching, and you were coming off easy as shit. And you were doing that because you felt a way about Demetrius and Sabrina. So you were trying to do that to get back at Sabrina. That's why it had all of that energy behind it. And now, because you were called to the carpet for it, you want to try and act like the producers made you do it. Boy, stop. And if the producers did ask you to do that, you should be a grown man enough to say no. You should be a grown man enough to say, no, I'm not kissing her if I don't want to kiss her. Fuck wrong with y'all? So either way, you looking weak to me, sir. Either way, that wasn't a good decision. Either way, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. back to Demetrius, okay? But yeah, they called her party girl, even though he wasn't the only one who felt that way. And when she asked for evidence of that assertion, he said he wasn't going to go back and forth with her, and she needed to either, you need to either listen and understand what I'm trying to say. So he starts, talking at her, and it was demeaning the way he was like talking to her like she was a child, like she needed to shut the fuck up and listen to what he had to say. She tells him not to talk to her like that. Don't talk at me. And then he said that, oh, now you're playing victim. I said playing victim because she told you don't talk to her like that. That's when I was like, oh, this nigga is tap dancing. He like, that's what he's doing. And so when she, boom, understand that he was doing shit to get her to that place, right? So she tells him he's not going to talk to her like that. Then he says she was playing a victim role. She says, you assassinated my character. You know what you were saying when you were saying that shit about me. She wants him to, and he was like, well, you acting like it's such a big deal. You acting like it's all of that. And she was like, because it is. It is. It did hurt my feelings. And I want you to be accountable for how you made me feel. She kept it a buck. She kept it a buck. She didn't act like she didn't care. She didn't retreat. She said straight up, what you said up there made me feel a way. And I want you to explain to me how it is that you came to the conclusion that I was a party girl. Don't tell me that you didn't say it. Don't tell me you didn't say it when I saw it on the screen. Okay? Child. Oh my God. So, I see y'all arguing in the chat. That just distracted me for a minute. She wants him to address how she feels. But he isn't trying to take accountability for how he labeled her. She was going off saying that he's not God. He doesn't get to judge her and look down on her like that. How dare he? And Tommy is like, come on, calm down, Precious, because Precious is loud, right? He was saying things to upset Precious, but Precious is the one that's louder. So Tommy's telling her to calm down. Another thing where you correct the women, but you don't correct the men. You tell Precious to stop cursing. You didn't tell Eric to stop cursing at Dakia. Got it. Okay. But she was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let you play me like this. She gets up and she says, you know what? Fuck this. She gets up to walk away. I heard Demetrius, make those comments that, oh, does she need, she drinking? She high? Did y'all hear him say that? He questioned if she was high or drunk. And I'm like, nobody that's high or drunk could clock you the way she was clocking you. Like every time you said something, that lady was on your ass with the correction or the facts of it. Like she wasn't, even when you talked to her bad, she said, I'm not gonna let you talk to me bad. You said she was playing a victim. She said you assassinated my character. You said you acting like, you bothered. She said, I am bothered. You hurt my fucking feelings and I want you to be accountable for it. And then he says that, oh, what are you, high? What are you, drunk? It's all very, very, it's very smart. It's what men do. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I hate to do this to y'all, but y'all often play with women's intelligence so that you don't have to be accountable. So we're going to act like Precious is fucking crazy right now and she's wilding out because she's loud and storming off, when the truth of the matter is you basically called that lady a hoe on national television with no evidence. When she asked you to back it up, you talked down to her like she was a child that needed to be reprimanded. And then you questioned whether she was high or drunk when she asked you to be accountable for how you hurt her. That's what happened. So if anybody can tell me anything different, but that's what the fuck happened. Oh, no. Don't misunderstand me. The way she stormed off and the way she reacted shows me that she does have issues within herself. That's like everybody. But at the end of the day, they have been playing in that lady's face for a while. And women like Precious, I'm going to tell y'all, women like Precious come off like they be being real genuine with people. So I feel like she really was genuine or probably liked Demetrius in a real way. And Demetrius decided to do that to her. Make her out to seem like she was some party girl, some girl that could be passed around, some girl that wasn't to be taken seriously or given all of the respect that y'all would give, Dakia and them, who carried themselves a certain way. And then y'all still call those women frigid, Like the women can't win for losing when it comes to certain things now. Okay. Now with men, there's some things that women do to y'all. But right now, this is what we're talking about. So I don't want to hear in the comments from anybody about the switcheroosies that y'all like to do when I'm holding people accountable for the shit that I'm watching them do. Y'all with the switcheroosies won't bring up shit that we ain't talking about. Tommy was not doing a good job as a host at this point. Not at all. And I think because nobody was clocking what Demetrius was doing in the moment, she got even more upset and stormed off. But I'm going to tell you something right now. When she stormed off in that G-Wagon, I was like, girl, go home. Fuck this. Girl, you got a G-Wagon. Go home. It's all right. It's all right, girl. Hey, Mary Sparkle's like, well, thank you for the super chat. These shows are a microcosm of how men show up in the world and treat women. They hate accountability like it's old draws. Meh, analogy, but hey. No, truth. Absolute 100% fucking truth. Moving on. Clifton, Joy, and Dakia. He obviously was fair game until the end. They play the package, and we hear this nigga say repeatedly, I'm still fair game. You're still one of my strongest connections. I'm still open. I told y'all that no clarification was fucking made. I don't care what nobody's talking about until they got to the little trip and Joy put her bag on a bed. And because he wasn't going to turn her away, he had to make a decision that he wasn't ready to make. And then on the second day that they were there, they were talking and she was like, so after they spent the night together, she told him, so you're not going to have a conversation with Dakia? And now you're going to sit your ass on this fucking stage? I'm sorry, but y'all should be off from work at this time. You going to sit your ass on this fucking stage, Joy and Clifton? And act like that lady didn't deserve the courtesy of an explanation when you in fact asked him to go and talk to her, which is why he went and talked to her? You wanted him to say something sooner. Joy, you wanted him to clarify sooner. So the fact that you sitting on this stage with all of this venom for Dakia, for simply wanting him to tell her before they got to the house that his decision was made. You out your fucking mind right now. The fact that they didn't bring up, I'm mad. They did this reunion show real lackadaisical to me. Because y'all could have pulled the tapes back to the conversation that to the conversation that Joy and Clifton had the morning after they was in the bed together. And she asked him to go and she said, you don't think you need to go and have a conversation with Dakia? And he wasn't ready to do it. But he did it anyway because too much shit had been done and Dakia was feeling away. So he had to go and have the conversation with her. He didn't have a choice. Joy putting her bag on the bed forced that. Fuck out of here. Sitting up here acting like that girl didn't deserve acknowledgement or it didn't deserve a conversation. Why would she not deserve that? Because we had a connection from the beginning. And was he not going on dates with other people? Was he not hugging her and grabbing her ass and feeding her oysters? Was he not? Just because you were willing to run and jump on him, just because you were willing to whip his dick out yourself, and Dakia was waiting on that man to come to her, it does not mean that everybody should have been aware. Because I felt like we weren't fully aware when we were watching the shit, how Clifton felt. We knew his connection with Joy was deeper, obviously, but a lot of that had to do with Joy's thirstiness. Let's be real. Let's keep it a fucking buck. You running and jumping on him. You putting your bag on the bed. You making sure to have matching onesies and all of this shit. You were pissing on your territory, girl. Stop it. You were pissing on your territory. Fucking stop it. I'm glad Sabrina was there to comfort Dakia because I felt like they handled her fucked up. This was the only time that Tommy actually interjected when Joy said that Dakia had made up the relationship with Clifton in her mind. I said, bitch, how the fuck all that footage is only in her mind when I just saw it? Make it make sense. How is all of that footage only in the Kia's mind if we all saw it? It could induce a stroke. It does feel like I might catch a motherfucking stroke from just the ridiculousness of people trying to lie to me and tell me the sky ain't blue when I'm looking at the sky and the shit blue right now. And this is the main thing. This is the main thing. And joy, your little laugh. Your forced laugh that you did consistently throughout this reunion. All of that shit that you were doing, all of that thirsty extra ass shit, bitch, please find some Claire Huxtable about yourself. Find some Claire Huxtable about yourself. Lisa, thank you for the super chat. He played with the Kia to stay on the show. They, Clifton and Joy, should have left since they found love and they built an alliance, not vote off the other persons. Number one, Laverne said, and Joy was number one. Yeah. And you remember when they had the talk and Laverne was trying to check the other men and it was like, don't be worrying about what me and Clifton got going on? That's because the other men probably felt the same way that Carmen did about how they needed to break that shit up a little bit. Joy, like, I really don't even understand how you could have fumbled this in this way because it was unnecessary. Y'all, you have the man, girl. Clifton is your man. Clifton is your man. You could have said, you know what? I think she, you know, he probably could have been clear earlier on, but I probably forced him into a corner when I put my bag on his bed, but I wanted him to make a decision. But that would be too much like keeping it a buck, right? We can't keep it a buck and say that, yeah, he could have been clearer with her earlier on, but he wasn't, and we are here now. Or you could have, you know, stayed quiet and let him speak for himself, is what you could have done. Instead of, you know, deciding to be rude and mean to this lady unnecessarily when she was crying. And she, you know, and Clifton was like, well, I feel like you knew what my connection was, even though I kept telling you that. I kept telling you the exact opposite of what I'm telling you right now, which is that you should have known that I didn't have to tell you what my decision was because my connection with her was so strong from the beginning. And it's just kind of like, but you kept telling her, and we saw you tell her that more than 2 times on camera. You told that lady that you were still open and that your connection was still open to her, even though you were so close. She kept asking you too. So the fact that people are acting like the Kia, you know, played herself in this situation, I feel like I don't understand why that's even a topic of conversation right now. I don't understand why that's even a topic of conversation. The Kia has never played herself in this situation to me. I think Clifton showed interest in her and she showed interest right back in him. The only time I think she was playing herself was when she was sticking around with Paul's ass. But I feel like she did that just because they decided, why not stay to the end? We here. And y'all know the producers be wanting them to stay up until the end so they can have their 3-person shot shit that they do every season. So even if them people wanted to back out of this process earlier, producers probably were trying to convince them to stay in longer for the sake of how the show needed to be edited together and produced. Okay? But she definitely handled herself with class and was never thirsty for these niggas at any point. Okay? So for me, for them to make it seem like the Kia was just hanging on to something and making something up in her mind like she was some delusional crazy bitch, I just felt like that was disrespectful of that lady's intelligence. That was disrespectful of the way that lady carried herself this entire time. And it was a projection because it's more of a depiction of the way Joy has handled herself than the way the Kia handled herself. And I said what the fuck I said. Thank you, DeQuasia. And you can argue with your mama about it. Wiley the baby gets upset with Keena for calling him young and then turns around and throws Instagram in her face. I said, la nigga, if you not young like they said you are, why is this the response? Do you know how a grown man responds to a woman that don't have no real venom for him? It's all right. You just shake it up. Yeah, I just wasn't the one for her. Now it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We cool, but yeah, you know, we just in a different age range. That lady had a brown fur mink stole on. That lady is too old for you. Most women want men that are older and not younger. Okay? Most women. That's usually how women dates. Okay? So when that lady said, you know, she wasn't being malicious towards you, but you were just too young for her, and a lot of those same women who were in her age range felt the same way, but you're going to blame Keena for it like it was her fault that everybody felt that you were young. All for you to show up here at the reunion show and prove yourself to be immature by telling her because she was in your stories, she's being fake. How you gonna sweat me all in my stories? You in every one of my stories, but you gonna get up here now and tell me that I'm too young for you? And I was like, first of all, do you not know how Instagram works? Let me explain to y'all how Instagram works. First of all, do you know how thirsty you have to be to look through all of the people that see your stories? I don't know how many people see his stories, but I know on any given day I can have anywhere from 200 to 1,000 people see plus see one of my stories. Do you think I am going to click on the 3 little Abbies that I see at the bottom of my story so that I can go through the entire list to see every single person that has looked at my story? No, I'm not doing that. So my question would be, how would you even know that she saw your story if you wasn't thirsty enough to look through and see every person that looked at your stories every day, since she in your shit every day? Who checks the people that look at the stories every day? A thirsty nigga that want to see who checking for him? Another thing, let's talk about the way stories work, shall we? You click on one story and it's going to automatically go through all of the person who you clicked on, all of their stories. It's going to go to an ad. It's going to go to the next person's stories. Going to go through their stories. Going to go through an ad, go to the next person's stories. So I could have not clicked on your stories, but a part of my Instagram regimen can be to come on here, click on the first story I see, and then just go through the stories until I get to the end. That has nothing to do with me wanting you. It has nothing to do with me paying attention to you. I could actually get to your part of it and quickly tap through your shit without even really seeing it to get to the next one. And it would still show that I saw your story. Grow the fuck up. Then come talk to us about people telling you young. Grow up first. Using Instagram to act like somebody thirsty for you because they saw your stories. My dude, do better. Anyway, Joy and Clifton, he's been in Mexico every other week. They're talking about having a baby. He gets down on one knee to give her a key to his apartment. And she's going to take a break from performing so that she can have a baby for him. I said, so you're not married. You're not married. Y'all aren't living together. You're just now getting a key to his place, but you're already planning to allow him to shoot your club up so that you can have a baby for him, even though he already has a 2-year-old, right? Does that sound like it makes sense? I understand your connection with this man is strong, but to me, whenever a woman lets all of her common sense go out of the window for the sake of keeping a man, that is not a good sign. That is not a good sign. And to me, it is not a good sign to be a 40-something-year-old woman, okay, however old Joy is, trying to have a baby for a nigga that is getting on one knee to give her a ring to his raggedy ass apartment instead of a ring on her finger. A key to the raggedy ass apartment instead of a ring on her finger to secure her so that if she does want to stop working to have a baby, she is taken care of. Girl, what? To give up your career momentarily for no commitment. It's momentary because she's going to go back to it. Trust it. But yeah, to me, that shows just how much of a thirsty bird-like woman that Joy has turned out to be. And we didn't want that for her. But that's what it is. Okay? So I'm about to give y'all the link for StreamYard. Okay? Now, y'all know how we do this. I know y'all like to come on here and talk for 2 minutes, but I'm not doing that because I'm tired and I want to go get something to eat. But I said I was going to do a call-in. We're 2 hours in. I'm going to give y'all till 2 hours and 30 minutes, and then I'm getting off of here. So it doesn't matter how many people are in the queue. At 2 hours and 35 minutes, I'm getting off of here. Okay? So I'm going to put this link in here. Y'all line up. I'm about to go run to the bathroom right quick. Y'all like my video. And we're going to talk about all of this and Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay? Putting it here. Thank you so much, Melody, for the super chat. And thank you, Kimberly, for the super chat. I appreciate y'all so very, very much. Okay? So I'm going to take that off. And yeah, y'all go ahead, like the video and call in. Come on in. Okay, so we're back. All right, y'all. Are y'all ready? Okay, so first of all, let me just kind of go through a few things first with Love and Marriage Huntsville, and then I'm gonna let y'all in and we're gonna start talking, okay? And honestly, let's see. I'm trying to think, do I want to have more than one person in at a time? But I feel like I just kind of want y'all to have one at a time. That way y'all can say what y'all gotta say, because I don't want it to be like all of this and people feeling like they're not getting a chance to say what they want to say. And child, y'all know how when we talk to each other, the conversation just keep going and going and going. So let's just keep it cute, one at a time. All right. So Love and Marriage Huntsville, real quick, real fast. All right. So, Kimmy and Destiny. So I feel like Destiny is now on some revisionist history shit. At first you were saying that, you know, you wasn't talking shit about Mel. Now you're saying that Mel is lying completely when we know that's not the case, because you admitted to something being said between you and Tisha about Mel, but just saying that it wasn't negative. Now you're saying that y'all wasn't talking about her at all. So now you're saying that Mel is lying. Excuse me. Now you're saying that Mel is lying completely. Okay, got it. I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like when it comes to Destiny, that's the main thing for me is with Mel. The way I see the situation is that Mel decided she didn't want to be friends anymore because she feels like you're an energy vampire. Okay, just like Martell, your friend. All right, y'all are energy vampires, and I didn't want to be bothered anymore, so I backed away. Okay, that's the only thing Mel is guilty of in this situation with Destiny. I don't like the way you moving now, so I'm not fucking with you no more. It's very simple to me. I don't understand why it's a big deal to everybody. I don't understand why everybody feels like, you know, she's so fucked up about it. It's just y'all. I don't fuck with y'all, so I don't fuck with y'all no more. Period. Like, it's not all of this extra shit. It's not, you know, oh, bad guy, good guy. I just don't fuck with y'all no more. In real life, that should be enough. Marceau and Maurice. Marceau is exhausted exhausting to me this season because him and his beanie are constantly trying to make it seem like, his beanie and Tisha are trying to make it seem like now, after 3 seasons of making her look like, the abused wife at home that can't control her own life or get her husband to, wash a dish or make a fucking plate of food for the kids or nothing like that. That same situation, now she's the boss and now she's in control and everything's in her name and she's the one making decisions and she's the one that had the apartment building, 10 years ago that she sold to buy out Martell and all of this shit. Like, at the end of the day, none of y'all trust Martell and y'all are too scared to tell him because he obviously has something on all of y'all. He has something on Marceau. He got something on Maurice, which is why Kimmy is trying to keep his ass away from her and her man because he likes to kick up dust in order to make himself feel better about how fucked up he is. All right. They say he can work on smaller projects, but they don't trust him. They should not trust him. He goes to see his homeboy Fred. Fred is laughing and smiling and shit, but something makes me feel like he has something on Fred as well. I don't know if Fred is married, but something makes me feel like Martell has something to hold over Fred's head as well, which is why Fred is just laughing and going along with him continuing to use him for his builder's license instead of going to school and getting it himself. When he told you that he was going to use you the way he used his wife, I don't understand how people can continue to separate Martell from the way he treated Mel to the way he treats everybody. Because to me, it seems like he treats everybody the way he treated Mel. It's just that y'all have not done anything to anger him in the way that Mel taking herself out of their marriage has angered him, obviously. But to me, if any of y'all decide that y'all want to get into it with him or y'all have a problem with him or y'all want to check him about something, he is going to throw you under the fucking bus. He's already done it. Mel went to therapy, so a precursor to let y'all know that she was not on this kumbaya shit no more. You coming at me, I'ma come at you. Mel is letting y'all know she's matching energy. So for everybody that says Mel throws a rock and hides her hand, she's saying, no, bitch, that's not what I'm doing. I am absolutely in your face telling you I'm matching your energy. You're talking about me to Destiny. Well, guess what, bitch? I'm gonna bring Kiki to the house and we all gonna talk about you together. How about that? Plain and simple to me. What else? Kimmy's Valentine's Day event. Tisha was being very intentional. Yes, Tisha is extremely intelligent. Tisha showed up in Mel's Teen Wife t-shirt that Mel came out with season 1 when her and Martell was still working on a relationship, and now they're divorced and he's still fucking around with the girl that was, team side chick, and here she is showing up with the Teen Wife shirt. She was already showing up on bullshit. Then she had on tennis shoes. Everybody else got dresses and heels on, and she's showing up with a ponytail with some braids and some comfortable clothes, so in case she need to box you out, she ready. Okay. I know y'all feel like Kimmy was being messy, but I feel like Kimmy was doing her job on this show as a person that doesn't want her business at the forefront. So she wants to talk about what's going on with y'all. Okay? Because I don't want nobody else asking me shit about Maurice. All right? I'm talking about y'all. What's going on with y'all? Huh? What's going on with you? What's going on with y'all? Are y'all talking? What's going on? I don't want to talk about me and Maurice, okay? I did that on that very first episode down in Mel's house. We're not going to do that no more, okay? That's what that's about. Destiny, should Stormy have been there? I think Stormy should have been there. I think Mel needed backup because Tisha and Destiny ganged up on her, in my opinion. What else do I want to say before I bring y'all on to give y'all opinion right quick about Love and Marriage Huntsville? I know y'all don't like Stormy. I do. So I do feel like Destiny was sitting there like a sullen teenager. I think she was happy to see when Mel called Tisha a bitch. I think she was happy that happened because that made Mel look bad. That made Mel look out of control. And she was sitting there with that little smirk on her face. She seemed happy that, everybody was like, Mel, you're wrong. She wants everybody to see that Mel isn't always so classy. It's like, well, we know Mel isn't always so classy. But at the end of the day, so the fuck what? Every situation doesn't need for me to call people a bitch. This situation did, because y'all hoes ganging up on me like y'all did at the reunion show. And Mel said, stop putting me in situations that y'all don't want me. And listen, at the end of the day, Mel, yes, you do need to get to a point where you can handle yourself in a certain way without popping off. Because you want to be on this show, you want to make your check. Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, like, I'm going to get that bitch what she give me. And I don't give a fuck. She coming at me sideways. She knows she the op. She didn't even speak to me when I came in here. We know we don't get along. Okay? So I don't know why she was surprised when Mel said she was the op, asking what an op is and all of this stupid shit, constantly interrupting her conversation with Destiny. Um, Destiny, you act like you want to resolve the issue, but you can never say exactly what the problem is. Okay, just like when Stormy asked you, and I watched Stormy's live, and Stormy was like, girl, my titties was hurting, and we have been sitting there for hours. And at this point, I'm like, bitch, get it out. What's the problem? What is the issue? Now, mind you, I've had this same type of interaction with Destiny when we interviewed her. And she was a great interview, but she very much so knows how to not answer a question. Okay. And I appreciate her for that, because I'd much rather you come on and talk around my question than tell me what I can't ask you. So I still appreciate Destiny, and she can always come back. But at the end of the day, my good girl, you don't like to say exactly what it is. You just don't. You don't like to keep it a buck. And Mel was about to tell you yet again what her issue with you was. And when Stormy asked you what your issue with her was, you didn't want to say. And then you interrupt and talking about the relationship we had. Well, yeah, bitch, we not cool. What are you talking about? But you want to interrupt me. So to me, you don't really want to resolve the issue. Now you just want to have a problem. Now you want to make yourself my opposition, because if you can't be my friend on the show, then be my opposition on the show. Either way, it's gonna work out in your favor. That's what I got to say about it. Let go. What's going on, boo?
Hey, girl. Real quick, real cute. Now, when I was watching this, it brought my mind back to the reunion, and it made me feel like Mel and Destiny was already on the outs way before the reunion was even taped. Because that same thing they did when Mel and Destiny was talking about their friendship at the reunion, and Tisha jumped in, it's the same thing that happened today. Now, Tisha wanted to be, y'all looking for me? Here I go. Mel was the right type of one, but see, Mel pissed me off. Because see, had that been me the way my bitch set up, I'd have came back at her. 5 + 4, what do you get? You get a 9-war nigga running in your shit. That was the time, if any time for Mel to pop her shit, that would have been it. Because I would have, Tisha, you wanted me? You want to get it started? I would have ended her real quick. First of all, the only reason why anybody in the world know who you are is because of the idea that I had. Bitch, fall back. Number one. Number two, you forgot you came to me looking to be the blueprint? Girl, I ain't looking for you. Nobody looking for you. Not even your husband looking for you. What you need to be looking for is the bitch your husband was in a hotel being with.
Right around to the bar.
Okay, Destiny, you was on my coattail. You forgot that I was sending you money and had to refund you money because you around here broke. See, that was the time Mel, everybody want to make Mel the villain. That was the time for her to fall in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you don't want to be disrespectful, but you have to be. And in that moment, I'd remind all of them why they was there. All y'all here because of me. Wouldn't have been no show, wouldn't have been no idea if it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Tisha, you sitting up there in the team wife shirt, this, that, and the third. You real Karenish. You real Karenish. And what she was talking about when she said, but my cousin was invited, but why I wasn't invited? But then Wanda tried to get up on her lives and say it ain't been no competition. That let me know that it definitely is some competition. And you feel like, how dare my cousin not be invited? And you say she's never been invited to events, but yet you admitted to talking about her to Mel at an event that she was supposed to be in that was Mel's. So stop playing with me. Stop playing in my face. Stop playing with me and stop playing in my face. Like, Tisha, all that energy, I'm glad you finally bucked up. But, baby, I want to see you buck up with your husband. Because the time for you to have that energy is next week when you got to call him outside to sit in the car. But what you going to do, you going to sit there and cry and have tears. You was just on live yesterday and your husband still wasn't answering the question about cheating. What lets us know is you bother it. Just say what it is, honey. If I was mad, I'd let her know you mad because I had the courage to do what you don't have the courage to do, and that's leave.
Okay.
Any more questions?
The nigga that she just say that it's okay. I ain't mad about it. If my nigga want cheat, let my nigga cheat. Leave him alone.
Because your husband got on the live and told everybody that you will cheat back.
Okay.
So if that's what y'all have going on, then just say that's what you have going on. Say, yeah, and my husband cheated and I'm going to still stay and I'm not going nowhere. That's on me and him, and we'll work it out in our due time.
And what we going to do?
Destiny, you want to be mad when Mel say we had a friendship, but at the end of the day, if you and Tisha gonna be friends, cool, but this is Mel's problem. When Tisha jump into y'all shit, you don't stop her. You supposed to stop her if you ever cared anything about that friendship you had with Mel, but you want to pretend to be hurt. Tisha, this she ain't talking to you. This about me and her. When me and her finish, then you can go at her with this. It gave very much they practice what they was gonna do, and Mel and Stormy practice what they was gonna do. If this happened, we gonna act like this.
Exactly. And
all of them on some bullshit.
for a minute. Like that whole little Tisha situation, Stormy didn't say shit. It wasn't until the Destiny part that she actually said something. Because Destiny the only one that don't want to say what the issue is. Tisha can say what the issue
Right,
is.
and I want Destiny to stop conflating issues. Mel never told you don't be friends with Tisha, just like she never told you don't be friends with Martell. The issue ain't you being cool with them. The issue is you running your mouth with them. The issue is if you my friend, Destiny, you don't know how to tell them and put them in their place and say, look, I'm cool with her and I'm cool with y'all. Leave me out there and we ain't gonna have no discussion. And that's why at this point it has to be pick one or the other, because you don't have the balls to tell neither one of them don't talk to you about the issue. But you so mad with Mel that you can't be. I don't even think that it's that you can't be friends with her. It's that you not being friends with her eliminates you from the connections that she have because you don't have none. Okay. And your soul that you barely keeping open. And that's what it's about. So you trying to lash on the teacher, but teacher still don't have them connections like Mel do. So you still gonna be left out in the cold. And that's it. That's all I got, except for I want to know why Martell can't go get his own license. I feel like, sir, is you really a criminal like the people out here saying? Because why not go get your own stuff? Why continue to be dependent upon somebody else for your business to go?
Didn't they say he was like, what did they say about him back in the day? They say
they said something back in the day, him, his uncle, and the cousin, allegedly, we got to throw that out there. Something about robbing a bank or an ATM or something like that. And they went to jail and he got some kind of probation or something. So I don't know if that's on his record and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I have not researched Martell like that because I don't care about Martell like that. But that just don't make no sense to me. If you're a business person and an entrepreneur and this boss that you around here saying you are, why are you making your business contingent upon somebody else doing something? Why not have your own builder's license where you can control your own shit? That ain't a boss move. That's a worker move.
It is. All right, my girl.
That's all I got.
You, and it was good seeing you this weekend, and thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Girl, that man still blowing up my phone. Girl, I had to put him on block. He's still calling me, girl. I have to put him on block.
Listen, we gonna talk.
All right, girl.
All right. Come on, Rand. We're Ricardo, my girl. Let's go.
Okay, first of all, you look good. You look good and white. All right, let's get into these people because I know you want to go get your stuff.
Like she just pulled out. Let's go.
Like, I know you want to go get your stuff together and I'm trying to get my stuff together. Maurice, Marcel, we know that even though Maurice is the older brother, we know that Grandma Jaws, Thick Thighs Sr. looks old. We know this because he does. He looks stressed. Martell, at this point, I believe you a criminal because why can't you get the builder's license? Them kids gonna get that license before he does, and I'm mad. Like all them kids, coleslaw, leaving kids in the car will get that license before he does.
Girl, why y'all do that to that lady? That lady, it was an absent-minded moment. Maybe she still have mommy brain.
Y'all please anybody worried about her. Now let's get to my issues. Tisha, your mama is your op. Your husband is your op. Don't sit up here asking what an op is. You know what an op is. You live with one and you're related to one. They your ops. On top of that, don't come dressed for a fight if you're not gonna fight. You was giving all that energy like you was ready to fight somebody and you weren't. And your passive-aggressive t-shirt. And Blow Pop should have felt some type of way because you not a wife either, ma'am. You're no longer.
Why you call Destiny Blow Pop?
Her head. If you go back and look like actual Blow Pops, her hair is shaped like a Blow Pop. I was just looking.
I be bugging a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I caught it. I knew you was talking about her last night when we was talking, and you was like, "Blow Pop." You didn't even have to say nothing. I knew you was talking about.
Right. I was like, your head is shaped like a Blow Pop. Like, I don't want that for you. But Mel telling you that, keep your prayers. The last time y'all talked, keep your prayers. Don't pray for me. That should have let you know, if you didn't get it from the entire sit down, that y'all weren't friends no more. Because her issue is when she. Like, you could be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. But the problem resides with, stop talking about me with your friend. Stop sitting there and allowing your friend to talk about me. Normal people would be like, hey, I'm friends with both of y'all. You want to talk about her? Don't talk about her in front of me. Because I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth with you. Y'all rehearsed that whole thing to get up and get in Mel's face and tag team her, and then got mad when, you got called out your name, Tisha, but that's your fault. You bringing stuff up from 4 years ago.
And then got the audacity to be acting like people crazy when they bring up old shit on her. Bitch, that's all you do is bring up old shit. Somebody, who that was that said they don't understand why Kimmy was acting like she didn't understand how they wasn't cool, when that's what happened with her and Tisha all the time, where she'll think her and Tisha cool, and then the next day you turn around, Tisha's still mad about something.
Because Kimmy not trying to be with the BS. She, like you said last night, she understands that she gonna have to sit on that fence. Because if she agrees with anybody other than Tisha, it's going to be problems in her household. Which I find it very stupid that because I don't agree with you and your BS and the fact that you're still mad about something from 4 years ago. That lady did not ruin your marriage. Your husband, who's your op, ruined your marriage. He sat up here, built like a can of nacho cheese, taking trips without you, giving peanuts to the kids, almost killed the child. I'm going to keep bringing that up until he tell me what he was doing in Africa. So you can't get mad at somebody because they brought up something that you and everybody else in Huntsville knows about. That man be out here doing whatever, but his mistresses are very smart. They sign NDAs. They don't particularly care as long as they get whatever money. And then to make it seem like she's a boss, ma'am, I figure he just setting you up for the fall. That's what I'm thinking. You sign everything. Do you read it? I know you're smart. You got multiple degrees. But do you read everything you sign off on? Because if you don't, he's setting you up for the fall.
Girl, that might be exactly what it is, girl. Listen, now that you say that, I mean, but you know what they said? They said that her name is on everything because they get that minority grant with her being a black woman. So that's probably another reason why her name is on stuff, not only so that she can be the one most liable, but also so that they can get more money towards their businesses because of her.
So he's cheap and he's using her as a liability. Oh my God.
Thank you so much, Principal Ricardo. I appreciate
I see it. I'm gonna go back to watching, but they be doing too much on this show. Running up my blood pressure.
It's stressful. I appreciate you though.
Okay.
And we'll talk next time, yeah? I'll see you in Discord. All right, come on, Sherry Watson. How you doing, love?
Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Just want to say this is my first time calling in. So I love you. Found your channel through Scotty. So it's been wonderful. But
thank you,
in regards to the nonsense with love and marriage, first of all, Tisha, oh Lord, every time I see her, she just like grates my nerves. And it's just like I want to shake her. Like, either this man cheating on you, either leave him or just hush and stop talking about somebody else trying to ruin your marriage. Because at the end of the day, the only person that took vows with you is Marcel.
Okay.
Like, and leave it on him. It's not Melody's fault.
Okay.
And then the other thing that aggravated me was Martell. Dude, why don't you have your builder's license? Like, when he came out and told Fred, like, well, I don't need to because I have you, I was like, oh my God, like,
ridiculousness.
Just pure laziness. I feel like Martell is one of those guys who he was never held accountable for anything, and he's so used to riding everybody else's coattails to get by that he doesn't know how to do anything on his own. And it's kind of like he has like this entitlement about himself.
Yes, but absolutely. It's an absolute entitlement.
So, yeah, that was my take on it. I'm going to get off here so somebody else can come up. But I'm going to continue watching. But love you, Bondi. Hope you have a great evening.
Love you, too. You have a good one, too, Sherry. All right. Is it Joni? Joni, you ready, my love?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I just want to say I love you, Bondi. I feel like we're just like kindred spirits sometimes when I'm listening to you speak.
I appreciate that.
But after watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, I feel like, especially last night's episode, I feel like it just kind of sometimes it shows that like all of them have a little bit of unredeemable characteristics. I just want Mel. I like Mel, and I know she wants to be professional, but I really want Mel to tell all of them to their face, the whole cast, that it's time for all y'all motherfuckers to earn y'all check. Like, I fed y'all for too long, and whatever you got going on, it needs to come to the forefront because Martell and Mel have been the centerpiece, and it's like they don't know how to keep the show going without them.
Right.
A little bit about Kimmy. Sometimes I feel like Kimmy a bone carrier, and because I feel like this whole thing with this Kiki at the house, I feel like the way she said it, and she know how Tisha run with stuff. If it went the way that we saw it, like Kiki didn't really say anything.
She didn't, but the fact that she was even there saying anything was the issue. And if Kimmy didn't say anything, they was gonna eat Kimmy ass up about that. And Kimmy got ate up the last couple of seasons behind Tisha and Wanda and not handling situations the way they would want her to. So I think she's kind of learned to ride the fence out of her own safety because unlike Mel, she's actually family with Tisha. So she can't just write her off. You know what I mean? If she could.
I completely understand that, but I'm in the process now of writing family off. It's the best I've been in years.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it with some of them.
And they're not even blood family. It's just Tisha is too much. And then another thing that I want Mel to say is that I can have anybody in my house who I choose to have anybody in my house. Okay. When they kept saying like, why was Kiki there? I immediately went to like Baby Boy in the scene when the mama was like, do you pay any bills in this motherfucker? Do you do anything? I was like, why should she have to explain who she allows in her home? That's none of y'all business. Destiny, I just want to ask Destiny, what has Martell done for her? I want Destiny to tell us what Martell has done for her and see how that
is your fault that you're going through a divorce because you can't control your mouth. That's what he told you.
Watching Maurice and Marcel is tiring. Like, I've never seen two people who think they are so smart sound so dumb.
It's funny, right? They be just talking and making analogies, talking about cars and shit. Nigga, can you just talk straight?
Just straight. And I'm like, Tisha, just like somebody else said, I love the first girl, Nola Reed. She said everything I wanted to say. But just like the lady after her who said Marcel is her op. Like, Tisha, did you not forget that he compared your mama to a dog? Like, he made that analogy. It's just, I feel like Tisha is just like too pretty and too smart to allow herself to be played the way that she does. And another thing, my last thing, Tisha really didn't want to fight. I saw, like, when she jumped up, I told my sisters, like, she nervous, but she feel like, oh, I already jumped up, so I got to go through with it.
Yeah, she didn't want to fight. Listen, and I get it. And I also understand her feeling a need to, like, buck up and let people know she's not weak. But like everybody says, can you please direct it towards the person that's playing with you the most? And that's number one, your husband, and number two, your mama. They the ones that play on your intelligence and play in your face the most. And your mom is constantly, and the thing that made me mad about the thing with her mom is that her mom really has control over her mind. In the same way that Marcel does. And it's both
scary.
Her. Yeah. It must be exhausting for her when they're around each other.
I think it's scary because as old as she is, and then she also has two young daughters, and I'm like, does she ever think about how they, like, I know she doesn't want her daughters to operate in the way that she is, and Tisha is an educated fool. That's all I can say.
It be like that.
She is an educated fool. And Stormy, I like Stormy's energy because I feel as if she'll actually go with it. Sometimes I do feel like she go too hard, but being that Mel will kind of like, I'm not gonna do that. Somebody kind of got to be like, no, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Another thing, I love Stormy's lips. I know people keep picking on her about her lips, but I love her lips.
Stormy's very pretty. I like Stormy.
And a little bit like Stormy gives me this is allegedly. I don't want to put it out. I'm gonna just say it because it's allegedly. Stormy give me like, because I was watching Terrence the other night, and I was like, that's exactly what I was feeling like. Cause seeing her husband, something about it give me like I used to be a dope boy's girlfriend, and now we got our legit business.
Yeah. That's what I call her, regular girlfriend. Yeah, she had her. What was that? A Gucci? I don't know who brand that was, but Beyonce has worn that bodysuit before. The gold G wagon that she pulled up in. First the fuck off. Like let's start there. Let me listen. I need to come back. Okay, the gold G wagon. Oh my god. Stormy was baller as fuck. I appreciate her energy the whole time because I feel like if she was really on one, she would have been jumping in all of this shit from the beginning. And I feel like there was a part when she really played it back and just sat and listened and watched. And it wasn't until the end you could tell she was trying to have an understanding herself. And I feel like in that moment I saw her feeling the same way I felt when we were talking to Destiny about Mel, like trying to understand. And it's like just won't put it all out there for you to just get it all in one sentence. It's all, y'all, if y'all saw that interview, y'all know that shit was confusing. Y'all sitting up there talking about I'm not believing. Bitch, I was concentrating so hard in some of them parts where I was just trying to add this shit together. And y'all, some people was like, oh, Bondi was putting words in her mouth. I said, bitch, I was really trying to understand. Like I was like, so this, then this. And then she'd be like, and like, okay, you want to tell me the truth. Okay, got it. But Joni, you have anything else, love?
No. Well, I was just gonna say like how Wanda tried to say Mel gonna use Stormy, but I kind of feel as if if you want to be successful, you have to put yourself around people who are successful.
Exactly.
Because it's all about community. Because I was always taught, you can't get nowhere in life thinking that you don't need help. So the same way that she's helped them, someone can help her. So if you want to rise up, you be in the company of people who are innovators and thinkers and doers, not just people who always want something from you. But on another note, Bondi, I really love your commentary. I love you even though I don't know you, the aura that you give out, it is contagious. And every time I'm watching you, I always feel as if she made me think. And I love that about you. And I know some people, they come at you, but keep doing you because I think great things will and they are going to happen for you. And I truly enjoy watching you on YouTube, Instagram. I just love it all.
Thank you. I appreciate you. You have no idea how much y'all be a blessing to me. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. You have a good rest of your night.
You too.
Lucky Charms. You ready, love? Look, I'm going to stay on here for 10 more minutes, y'all. So at 2:47, don't call me no more. I love y'all, but I got to get off here. Y'all be lucky that lyric went somewhere, okay? Lucky Charms, you ready, boo? Come on.
Yep. Oh my God, I can't believe I made it on your show. I just want to say thank you so much for your content. You don't understand how much improvement you have in my life just being in here. First, I want to say that I'm going to say a little different thing about Melody. Because at first I was upset at Melody and I was on the opposite of fence. When they had that table scene and they sat there and went back and forth and Tisha and Destiny kept jumping in, now I understand what she was really mad about, and that was the reunion. But she never was honest and said, hey, the way that y'all did me at the reunion, I ain't appreciate it. She never was honest up front. But then when she walked past, I guarantee you she heard them talking, so it made her feel like they intentionally did that. Instead of her saying that, she's just making it seem like that whole private conversation that they had was the only thing. I think that was more than just that one thing that she was talking about. That's the only thing I want to talk about is Melody. I don't want to insult anybody else on this show because I really don't like none of them on this show. None of them give me anything.
Okay. Wait, you done?
Yep.
You done? Okay.
I'm gonna let you go here and get your life together. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. All right. Okay, so Prosperity Thick, come on, boo. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry, Terry. I pressed the wrong one. But hey, Terry, come on. You want to hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I consider you my sassy daughter because I'm old enough to be your mama, but I love your content, love your show, love your perspective and all that good stuff. And this is my first time ever calling in. So thank you. So I hope it's okay, but really my comment was about Ready for Love, because I'm in DC and this cast kind of has disrupted my image of the DC crowd, and I can't stand it. So the only comment I really want to make or get to today is the reaction that Joy had to the kid, because I think that was so disrespectful on so many levels. And for you to say that you have a problem with what you saw, did Clifton not tell you that he had gone on multiple dates with the kid? Did Clifton not tell you that he had told her he was still up for grabs or an option for her? I mean, why are you upset about what the kid said? Why aren't you upset about what Clifton said? Can you not see with your own eyes their interaction?
Right.
You know, him feeling on her legs, all that kind of stuff. Did you not see that? So why wouldn't she think that there was still she was still an option for you?
He was doing better for her.
Right. And then the thing is, when she was in the bottom two, when she was talking to Demetrius, she could have eliminated herself then. She could have said, well, hey, I found my man, so I'm deuces. You don't have to worry about eliminating the other person. We out of here. But she didn't do that.
Got mad.
Right, she got mad. And she's trying to turn the tables on him. Why?
Right.
Just deuces. You found your man, like you said, leave. What's the problem? What the problem is, as we say in DC, what the problem is.
Okay, make it make sense for us all. Yeah, she was. I don't get. That's why I felt like it was a lot of like male identified. Let me, and then also I felt like she felt away. I think she absolutely was hurt because she did not think that he was having all of those moments with the kid.
Right.
So I think that instead of being mad at him, she wants to be mad at the kid and say the kid made it all up in her mind, because really she's pissed off about the fact that she thought it was less than it was, and she probably felt stupid. So let me project that onto the kid.
Right. And she understood once Joy put her bag on the bed, she knew, okay, she's marking her territory, she's, peeing on the fire hydrant. Okay, I get it. The only thing she wanted Clifton to do was respect her enough to say, hey, because he could have said, I have a problem with the bag being on the bed. But she had to talk to him to find that out, right? You had to have a conversation. And then once they had a conversation at the cabin, I think she was cool. She understood. She didn't like it. Her feelings were hurt. And that's understandable. She's a human being. So, of course, she's going to feel some kind of way. But it's not like she attacked Joy. She didn't attack Clifton. She didn't attack anybody. She just said, okay, I have to accept it is what it is.
Right. No, I absolutely agree that she handled herself with such grace throughout the entire situation. And that's the reason why I felt like so mad about it. It'd be different if she, was like one of them messed up women, but she really was so nice the whole time and so respectful. The only person that had issue was Carmen. And I feel like Carmen was the one that was obviously doing shit, amongst the group in the first place.
Right. Well, every time someone said nice things about the kid, Carmen had a problem, starting with Eric, Every time he complimented her, she had to have an opposing view or talk about something about how she looked or whatever, just to drag her down. If you that boss of a woman, you perfect like your necklace says, then let that speak for itself. You don't have to downplay some other woman.
Right. All right. Well, thank you, Terry. I appreciate you so much for coming through.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. You have a good night. All right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Come on, Prosperity.
Hey, Bondi. Hey, y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
She was my DC sis. Okay. But Jody took what I was gonna say. When Stormy walked up in that thing, when she pulled up in that thing, I say, if she ain't giving dope dealer, narcotics dealing, kingpin ex-girlfriend or girlfriend, I don't know who is Stormy. I was like, yes. Girl, you used to be somebody's drug runner. I don't know, but something just says that.
I like her. I
love Stormy.
I like her so much.
And then after watching her last interview, I watched her first one and then watching this last one, I'm like, I understand everything you're saying. They sat there and chopped you up like you was just being an aggressive hood girl that ain't got no sense. You might got a little money, but you still hood minded, and that's not her. She
No,
matched
she's
with
just
Destiny
real.
Gage. Right. She matched with Destiny Gage. And Destiny, if you wanted to get loose, you could have got loose. I hate that they always trying to act like she would have tossed Stormy up. No, because only person was holding her was Tisha and Kimmy. Girl, if you wanted to get over there, you could have got over there. So don't do that one.
Right.
That wasn't it. Tisha, you're not gonna stomp your own damn toe, let alone fight somebody. What
Not
what
her
did
own
Nene
too.
say? This ain't Kiki. This is not Kiki. Mel was not Kiki. Mel called you a whole bitch, and if you was ready to go, and you would have, instead of gasping, you'd have been across that table. Girl, sit yourself down and do that with your man and your mama, not
Okay.
Mel. Martell is giving third grade education, and that's why he can't get his builder's license. Martell is illiterate as hell, and he like, I'm gonna keep depending on everybody else until I have to. He gets scared about thinking about studying for that test. He can't do it. It's not gonna happen.
Hmm.
And that whole table thing was just crazy to me because I'm like, when did we get to here? This is love and marriage, not love and hunt and hip hop.
I
What the hell
know.
is going on?
You
Tisha
know,
came
it's the
in,
pandemic. I think it's the pandemic.
child, but Tisha came in there faking rah rah. I'm like, girl, you could have kept that outfit and put on something else because you're not about that life. Stop it.
I don't know why they trying to act like we ain't been watching this fucking show for like 4 years now, trying to introduce us to new versions of themselves. Like, stop.
Exactly, like Marceau. We do not see your wife as a boss chick. We know she's smart. We know she does, but she ain't running nothing but her mouth. That's all she's running over there. So you keep trying to add on to her storyline. It's not going to help us with our opinion about her because we all know the girl is smart. Damn, she got two masters. You got to be smart to get something. But what she not doing is running your family. So stop
Two
it.
important things here. What grade and what subject? Because if it was PE, it don't matter. And if it was 4, 5, I mean, 6, 7 year olds, 1, 2, 3, ABC, 2 times 2 is 4, that's easy.
Exactly. But like, I just can't take these people and him. Stop putting him and Maurice and singing together because they make us be like, what? What are y'all talking about? Like, you go from talking about one thing and then you start wanting to be a lawyer and then you want to start manipulating us. I'm like, just please stop putting them on screen together. They do not need to be on screen together because two Scots together makes no damn sense.
It don't. It's a whole bunch of metaphors and euphemisms that make my head hurt.
Like, are y'all rappers? Like, what the is going on? Drop a beat, do something. I'm confused. And I know this ain't ROA, but I swear, all I saw watching Ralph was Marsu and Tisha. Marsu and Tisha and Drew and Ralph
Yeah.
are the same people.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
giving
every
that.
time I see all of them, all I do is hear is somebody saying action, and then when it's over, somebody saying end scene. That's all I
Cut.
get. Because they
Cut.
put on performances. Nobody's being real no more. Everybody is performing their ass off, and it's not even good performances at all.
It's not. But anyway, I appreciate you, love. But I'm gonna hang it up right here, y'all. I
All right,
appreciate
babe.
y'all. All right.
You have a safe week, baby.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much, Valerie Rags, for becoming a YouTube member. I appreciate you. Martell was he was a special ed teacher. That's fitting. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Okay. I appreciate y'all for coming through so much. Everybody that called in. If you didn't get in this time, call in next time and hopefully you'll get in because we're gonna keep doing it like this. I really appreciate y'all calling in and talking to me about it. Just thank y'all for sharing y'all energy. We don't always have to agree. I like to hear y'all point of view, so it ain't nothing. But thank y'all so much for joining me today. Check out my previous live, and I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. All right, have a good one. Peace out.